Give a warm welcome to Senior Director Dwana Scantleberry and Presidential Marketing Director Yvonne Cunningham.
Hello! Come in, everybody! We can't wait to start this afternoon. Is Juice Plus in the house? Yeah. Is Juice Plus in the house? Awesome, and we heard you at home. Yvonne, we've waited all morning to be on the main stage, and here we are.
We're excited to be here, aren't we? What a morning we have had. It's been absolutely incredible. I mean, did we not have some humor? We had some tears this morning, and this afternoon is going to be very amazing as well.
And we know everyone is having a blast in Anaheim and at home, and we want to see all of that on social media. So remember, if you haven't already been doing so, please tag us on #JPLive because we want to blow up social.
So the theme this afternoon is Be the Success. This afternoon's lineup, you guys turn your phones on, let's take notes, have your cameras ready. There's so much to soak up this afternoon.
Absolutely, there are going to be great speakers this afternoon. Our sales director, Steven Shapiro, he's going to be hosting the 10 Plus to Anaheim and the partners who won the incentive to hear about what they did to attract new customers. We're also going to hear from Dr. Stephanie Boyer. You're not going to want to miss hearing her.
We are going to have some reminders on how to best leverage the Juice Plus Hub and additional systems.
And we're also going to get an update on what we're doing to support our Hispanic partners from Laura and Gustavo.
Absolutely. And of course, then we're going to hear from some of those NMDs, and you know what that's like. We all love those speeches, don't we? Can't wait for that.
Absolutely, that is always a highlight. And then closing the afternoon, get ready, y'all. We're going to hear from Presidential Marketing Director Jennifer Saville. And now, Yvonne said the theme of this afternoon is Be the Success. But you know, the definition of success is different for everyone. In fact, Yvonne, you reached a successful milestone recently. Congratulations on becoming Presidential Marketing Director.
Thank you very much. And as you know, Presidential Marketing Director, that doesn't come with one person, that comes with a team. And I'm so grateful, and we have an amazing team that's helped us get there. I'm so excited for that. So thank you so much, Dwana.
Absolutely. And now we're going to hear from someone who gives us her definition of what success looks like. So let's get ready to hear from Qualifying National Marketing Director, Michelle Fletcher. Let's roll the video, please.
Thank you for that introduction. I am so excited to be here at Juice Plus Live with all of you today. Let me begin by asking you a question. What do you think of when you hear the word success? I recently decided to ask a few of my friends on social media this question, and I'd like to share with you some of their responses. One friend said, "Success is doing something I love, something that gives me joy and peace, and also having a life filled with family and friends that I love." Someone else said, "Success is having so much abundance that I would be able to pour into someone else." The idea of being able to pay it forward is so important, and that doesn't necessarily mean just in monetary ways. Being able to be generous with our time, our talents, and yes, even sometimes with our finances might be a great measure of success. I absolutely love this definition from John Wooden. Success is peace of mind that is the direct result of self-satisfaction in knowing you did your best to become the best that you are capable of becoming. Basically, being the best version of you. There is definitely an emotional attachment to the word success. And if you really think about it, success can mean very different things for different people. For me, success means improving myself spiritually, having healthy relationships with family and friends, maintaining and improving myself physically, being an asset in the community, and taking intentional steps to grow my business every day. I am a QNMD, and to me, that is a big achievement. But let me tell you a secret. When I am able to help my team members achieve their definition of success, that's the ultimate success. If you had asked me 12 years ago how I would describe success, I would have answered differently. I was a mom and wife working the corporate sector. My idea of success was climbing the corporate ladder. I thought success always meant striving for the bigger paycheck. I realize now that my goals were pretty much self-centered. Now my goals include not only growing myself, but helping others grow too. Growing healthier physically, mentally, and financially. If you're looking for ways to set yourself up for success, again, each of us has our own definition of success. Here are some proven techniques that you may want to consider adopting. 1, consider your environment. If the area you work in is a mess, clean it. It's difficult to achieve success when your environment doesn't set you up to achieve. Be sure to surround yourself with things that make you feel energized. Maybe that's music, candles, flowers, whatever it is, be sure to have lots of it. 2, consider how you're feeling and do everything you can to be in incredible health. If you're struggling, you'll want to work on yourself. Make the decision to ensure your health is a priority. 3, consider who you spend most of your time with. Make sure these people encourage you, inspire you, and push you to become the best version of yourself. Successful friends often rub off on you. Be open to learning about other successful people by listening to podcasts, reading books, and doing your research. 4, think about your usual morning routine. If you want to start your day strong, create a morning routine. Many successful people start their day fully prepared and expecting a successful day. And 5, habits. Ask yourself, what habits do I have that are serving me well? And on the other hand, what habits do I have that are holding me back? While you can't change what life throws at you, but you can change the reaction to it. I really appreciate the fact that in our business, there is so much grace surrounding the word success. If you're like me, some days I struggle to see any success. Let me just take this moment to remind you, or if you've never felt it, you are successful. Simply saying yes to this business is an example of success. Showing up for Juice Plus Live is a success. Helping others get healthier by introducing them to our premium plant products is a success. Educating family and friends on the importance of eating a more plant-based diet is a success. Starting a conversation with someone in a gym parking lot because they notice you have the license plate of the university they graduated from is a success. That's how my sponsor shared Juice Plus with me. Hitting your first promotion is a success. And believe it or not, when sharing with others about these amazing products and the business, but hearing no's, that's a success too. We are so fortunate to be in a company that encourages us in the small wins. Let's not ever forget to celebrate the small wins and the big wins. And after all, a win is a win. This afternoon, you are going to hear from people just like you. Yes, that's right. You're going to hear from people just like you. They have faced challenges and failures, and through it all, they have persisted in the mission to inspire healthy living. I know you will be inspired by their heart and their stories. And most importantly, I want to congratulate you. Congratulations for being here and for caring about the health and well-being of others. That's true success.
Now is the time that we all wait for during conference. It's the NMD speeches. National Marketing Director, the pinnacle position at their company in the compensation plan. It's where the company makes sure that you have a health benefits package for your family and a very large monetary bonus for doing just that. And the journey from a partner where they make a decision and they see that vision for what they want for themselves and their family, and they start on their journey. The journey where they acquire customers, they attract team, and together they maneuver through the obstacles, up and around, up and down, and the roller coaster journey that gets them to National Marketing Director. So backstage right now, I know what's happening. The families are gathering, they're getting jitters, they're excited, they're nervous at the same time. And I know this why? Because 18 years ago today, I walked the stage in Phoenix, Arizona, and I'll never forget that feeling. You walk across the stage, you come up front, you see your team in front of you. You see your sidelines that have been there with you all along the way, which are really just part of your bigger family. And it's excitement, and you realize that you've reached the top with the company, and you've done it together. So I ask you now, quiet down a bit, come a little closer. For those of you at home, turn up the volume, and let's get ready, and let's hear from our new National Marketing Directors.
Please welcome National Marketing Director Chris Banbury.
I was 34 years old when I heard those terrifying words, "You've got cancer." A vegetarian and an active stay-at-home mom to a 2.5- and 5-year-old, I truly thought I was healthy when I found a lump and learned it was an aggressive form of breast cancer. Life since then has been a roller coaster of emotions and experiences, but I choose to focus on the good that's come from all we've been through. The many highs that have followed the lows, and the opportunity this company has given me to grow an amazing team that has lifted our family onto this stage today. November 2005 was the end of a difficult year of chemo, bilateral mastectomies, and implant reconstruction, when a brave friend told me that improving my nutrition and supporting my health didn't have to be difficult. She was nervous to be seen as selling me something, but thank God she shared Juice Plus anyway. This news became one of my greatest highs. Consuming some capsules every day was simple and ended up being the only change I made for several years. Little did I know when I began, but my body really needed this intense nutrition. 3 years later, during another breast reconstructive surgery, my surgeons discovered obvious disease in my lymph nodes. As scary as that was, I thank God it had not metastasized anywhere else and was treated successfully with more chemo and radiation. I shudder to think how much worse the second cancer experience might have been without the nutrition from these powdered plants. Our Juice Plus research illustrates significant changes that occur at the cellular level, and I'm grateful to have been flooding my body with these plants, these nutrients, when it needed them the most. Thinking back to that 38-year-old with a cancer reoccurrence and 2 little girls, you can imagine how upsetting it was when I asked my oncologist for nutrition advice, and he said to me, "It doesn't matter what you eat, the end result will be the same." I still knew very little about the connection between nutrition and disease at that time, but his answer simply didn't make sense. We are so fortunate that our Juice Plus community is full of medical professionals who understand the power of diet and lifestyle choices and generously provide education and support. It may have taken a second cancer diagnosis for me to make changes in addition to consuming Juice Plus, but I've learned and incorporated a multitude of things to help me stay healthy since joining this community. It's been 13 years since my treatment ended the second time. In fact, I just turned 52, and I'm the healthiest I've been in my life. It's fantastic to feel better as we age, isn't it? When I began my Juice Plus franchise in 2012, I named our team Team Shine. SHINE is an acronym for what we stand for: to serve, honor, inspire, nurture, and educate others. And in those early years, this team was thriving. However, another enormous low occurred in February 2017, when a dear friend and leader on our team died tragically. Dr. Maggie was a beloved pediatrician who was very outspoken about the power of plants and the benefits of Juice Plus. To say that we were shocked and devastated by her death is an understatement. I honestly didn't know if our mission could continue after such a tragedy, but God's plan for us wasn't over, and we slowly began to move forward, this time in Dr. Maggie's honor. Megan Devine, a grief therapist, says, "We can make things better even if we can't make things right." And that is exactly what Team Shine tries to do: shine light in the darkness and give hope and simple tools to those in need to find the highs even in the lowest times. And as life goes, I soon discovered there were more highs and lows to come. In 2018, our youngest daughter asked us to move from Ohio to Florida so that she could play golf every day and pursue a golf scholarship to college. Because my husband Hunter and I are both entrepreneurs, we had the flexibility to say yes. Relocating so she could follow her dream was such a high and might have been impossible without this virtual franchise. Unfortunately, soon after we arrived in Florida, 2 back-to-back traumas took our daughter out of school for months and competitive golf for good. As a mother, this low trumped anything that cancer could dish out. It's been a difficult road to recovery, but once again, I am so thankful for this business. One that allows me to take time off and support my family as needed, and that continues to pay me even when I'm not working regular hours. 2 big highlights of this business model for sure. But we weren't done with our lows yet. In May of 2020, an MRI revealed both implants from my breast reconstruction were leaking. Over the next 6 months, I underwent 3 major surgeries to clean up the mess and rebuild my body. Not only did I feel God's protection from any side effects of the silicone that was throughout my chest, but I was thankful to go into this challenge in the best possible state of health. My body and Team Shine kept rallying. Between surgeries 1 and 2, my upline told me we were very close to QNMD. So we got to work, and in about 3 weeks accomplished what was needed to complete that promotion. Even in the midst of enormous obstacles, I am blessed with a family and a team that knows how to persevere, and I am so proud of and thankful for each of them. As Team Shine now celebrates becoming an NMD organization, a huge high for our family is having access to first-rate major medical insurance. This is something that we have not had in over a decade due to my pre-existing condition and being self-employed. Thanks to the Juice Plus company for seeing what an important benefit this is and for investing in us in such a significant way. The last thing I want to say to my children and everyone listening right now is this: don't let the lows that life dishes out define who you are or stop you from fulfilling your destiny. Find a purpose and connect to a community that will give you reason to get up every day. Use the strength and perseverance that develop out of hardship to triumph over the trauma. And when the lows come, remember you have the power to say, "This is not how my story is going to end. The best is yet to come.
Please welcome National Marketing Director Raneen Darkhalil.
Hello everyone. My name is Raneen Dar Khalil. I'm Palestinian American living in New York with my family. My journey with Juice Plus starting 18 months ago when Thank you. Thank you. When I tried the product through my friend from Jerusalem. I used the product along with my usual diet, and I fell in love with the results from my skin and nails and my hair. I was the first Arabic woman joined NMD, reach NMD and the Juice Plus company. Yeah, thank you. It's so hard at the beginning, but with support, family and friends, I kept going and I kept sharing my usually routine, my daily routine with my social media, on my social media. I have many influencer friends give me a shout out after trying the Juice Plus. Their followers became my followers, and my platform began to grow more and more. Day by day, I went from 10 customers a month to 100 customers a month, then almost 200 customers a month. My first customers joined my team, and day by day, it kept growing bigger and bigger. It went from me working to 170 partners in my team. I love my job, and I love the checks that I get every month. I love the check. Yeah, the checks I get every month, which allows me to add more luxury to my life. Yeah. Remember, your success is determined by the amount of time you invest in your business. The more time you invest, the more money you can earn. Yeah. Now I would like to thank everyone who trust me and supported me, from my friends and family to my customers and teammates, and you Cam and Yuli. I would have not gotten to the level I am without your support. Finally, I want to tell all my Juice Plus partners to never stop trying and keep following your dream and goals. It will be hard, but it's worth it at the end. I'm so proud of myself, but I'm still dreaming and hoping to reach my dream one a day as PMD Plus. And I hope you reach your dream too. Thank you. Bye.
Please welcome Sales Director Steve Shapiro.
On your feet! We're in California! Woo! I had to get you on your feet. All right, now. I just had to do that. They finally let me get on stage. Okay. So those NMD speeches were so inspirational. I just love hearing them. Those were two this afternoon, so special. And so I start thinking about our future leaders. And in that vein, I want to welcome our SSCs and our QNMDs since St. Louis to line up to the left of the stage, to my left of the stage. Okay? Come on up and line up to the left of the stage. So I am here today to take you through a journey with a panel that exceeded all expectations for our 10 Plus to Anaheim incentive. Everybody very familiar with that incentive? Yes, went off pretty well. And the four ladies I'm going to bring out today, they performed brilliantly in our 10 Plus to Anaheim incentive in January and February. They have some wonderful insight to share that helped them not only with this incentive, but more importantly, has paved the way for great success in the future. Let's bring them to the stage, and let's give them a big Juice Plus welcome. Angel Falk, Margie Davis, Caroline Simmons, and Vanessa Santiago. All right. Well, welcome, ladies. Thank you so much for being with me today. And there is so much knowledge in this group. I can't wait for them to share it. So let's start with you, Angel. What did you do differently for the 10 Plus to Anaheim incentive that you know you'll do in the future?
Thank you. Well, this is something I really do every month. And I think it's something we should all be doing every month. And that is follow up, and ask for the sale. And I love Donald Miller talked about that. It's so simple, and I think we overcomplicate it. So I went back through, who have I been talking with? Who has been following me on Facebook, especially in stories and on Instagram stories? And I reached out to them, and I asked the simple questions. Do you have questions? And if they don't, does it make sense? And then, are you ready to get started and add Juice Plus to your diet? So we keep it simple.
That's awesome, and you know, it fit right into, Donald Miller fit right into what you prescribe. Same question, Margie. What do you do differently for Anaheim's incentive, and that's going to take you into the future?
So every month I set a target, but this month, well, January, I talked to my friends and family about it. I told my wife about it. I told my sideline pod about it. I told my team about it. Like, and we just had consistent check-ins the entire month. So instead of waiting for the last 3 days to close up, it was like we were going through and we were like, okay, 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10. And so we were working together, and that energy was totally palpable. It made a huge difference. Oh, and also, I looked at my customers that were shipping, and I asked them if they wanted to upgrade to a bundle. And so if they needed one product just to kind of shake that up and get up to the bundle, that really helped me.
So it's getting beyond your current customers too, right? It's getting onto prospective customers as well. Caroline, same question. What are you going to use in the future that you learned from this incentive?
Well, I started promoting January's programming in mid-December. So, you know, we decided our team was going to do a January initiative where we were going to support the shred guidelines. We were going to send out daily text messages, recipes, shopping lists, videos on how to cook the recipes, and that program was completely free as long as you had an active Juice Plus account. So that was really helpful. And then towards the middle to end of the month, we, for people that had maybe heard about our products before, just weren't quite ready, we let them know about the discount on the quad, and that really revved up some sales too.
I love that, as long as you have an active Juice Plus account.
Yeah.
So maybe they wanted to become active.
That's right.
There you go, very smart strategy. And Vanessa, same question. What did you do differently for the 10 Plus to Anaheim incentive that you're going to do in the future?
Thank you for asking, but first, saludo a todos mis latinos y un abrazo a Puerto Rico. What, basically, I keep a group chat, and what I do, I use my a memory jogger. It's like all the prospects, and I reach out to the people that had showed some interest in the past, and I asked them if they were ready to order or to start taking Juice Plus. With my current customers, what I asked them, if they were buying the shakes, I offered them the omegas, just new products. So basically, it's just like following up with people and ask them to join Juice Plus.
You're noticing a theme here of following up, especially with your current customers, and really looking at what they're not using right now and what they could upgrade to, correct? All right, let's start with you, Margie, this time. How did you utilize social media and the corporate shareables to reach out to current and prospective customers?
So for a while, I felt like when I was on social media, I was trying to be a Juice Plus representative, and then I switched to saying, I'm Margie first. I'm not a Juice Plus partner first. And so I started tracking what my friends and family liked, and you can really see if you look at your wall or on Facebook or Instagram, you can see what they engage in. And so I would see that, you know, my friends and family enjoyed seeing pictures of me and my wife, or they would like to see me travel or our food that we cooked. And so I would get those high engagement posts. And then, like a couple days after it died down, I would use a Juice Plus shareable to like hit them with the product or the business. And so it really made a big difference in using that algorithm and having that help me to my advantage.
You use those shareables to help support what you're already doing on social media.
Absolutely, yeah.
Excellent. Same question, Caroline. How do you utilize social media and the corporate shareables?
I use social media a lot. It's probably one of my main forms of marketing. I love to show people how to use the product. So whether I'm making energy bites or a smoothie or a Perform smoothie bowl after a workout, my tower, how fast my tower is growing, a salad from the tower, I like to put that out there. I also use the shareables and event flyers for different events that we're doing. So if we've got a special health topic, I'm gonna put a flyer up that says, you know, comment below or message me if you want in on this. And then that way we know how to do the actual follow-up. So that was really helpful. And like the Perform teaser, putting that out in January was another great way to just start to boost awareness.
Yeah, the tower gardens are a great thing to show on social media, right? It's like perfect.
Yes, absolutely. And it's Earth Day right now, so getting them out there.
There you
Get 'em
go.
out there.
There you go. Vanessa, same question. Utilizing social media and corporate shareables, what do you do?
Yes, I do Facebook and Instagram. I use everything that is provided to us on the Freedom Revolution, especially the monthly themes. It's not just about the Juice Plus, but also using the templates that have motivation quotes. So every day, I'm always present. Even, it just takes like a few seconds, go post it. And when people like my pictures or they make a comment, I reach out to them through Messenger. I always say hi, just try to make a connection, not trying to sell anything, just like they like my picture, they like what I'm doing. So try to get to know that person. So I use the shareables and share the links, and I share other people's pictures. I do have the tower garden, but when I didn't have my tower garden, I stole the pictures from my friends. I said, oh, I want one, or I like this. So social media is basically, most of my clients are from Facebook or Instagram.
You're very active on social media, Vanessa, that's for sure. Angel, same question. I know that the shareables are important to your business, and you're very active on social media.
Yes, I love social media. I love using attraction and creating that curiosity, just like Donald Miller was saying on my main post. And then I try to always leave them with follow my stories for more. So then they get into my stories and they'll see me talking. Show your face. I've said that many times to my team. Show your face, talk, let them know you, just like you said, Margie. And then follow that with one of the shareables from the company, and you can even put your link there now in our stories. So in Instagram and Facebook stories, there's a place you can put music. You make it fun, and you want them to engage. So you can do polls. Do you want to learn more? Do you want to link to the website? And then they can click on those things. And then you've got them in a private message, just like you said. So then you're going to start that conversation, find out their problem. We want to solve their problem, right? And then help them get started.
I love what you said about creating curiosity, right? That's the key. You want people to come back and see what's next.
Yes.
All right, well, here's a key question because I get this all the time myself. And Caroline, why don't you start us off with this? For someone relatively new to the business, how do you get beyond your warm market and get into your sort of, let's say, cold market? Because everybody goes to their family and they go to their friends first. How do you get beyond that?
Yeah, I think you have to get involved, look for vendor fairs, health events. We held a health event at my gym and my team just flyered the town and we actually had people show up that we didn't even know. And so when I asked them, how did you hear about this event? They said, I saw the flyer at the post office. Sweet, right? And I think if you're gonna be scrolling on social media, look for people that need us. If they're out there asking for health advice, then reach out to them and start a conversation. And then don't forget about your current customers. So if you're doing your customer care and you're finding out how the product is benefiting them, follow up with that. Well, who do you know that could also benefit from the product? And then next thing you know, you either have a lead or maybe even better yet, you get a partner. So
That's excellent. Vanessa, getting beyond your family and friends, how do you accomplish that?
I go where people is. Even when I don't feel like it, because I like social media, staying at home, I go. If there's a birthday party that I don't want to go, I still go. Sometimes you want to stay home, right? Or it takes time. So I go where people is, businesswomen platforms or the meetups. So I search for them, and I go, and I make connections. I talk to people, and just basically get out there. You don't have to spend a lot of time, but when you have the opportunity, do it.
Angel, same question. How do you get beyond family and friends? It's a challenge for a lot of people.
Right. And you do have to be out there. You got to be around people because this is a relationship business. So you got to get to know people. And one thing I love about social media is you can make your page public. And that way it's open for anybody to see. And so if you're, first I would go in and to your friends and your customers and like their things, show interest in them first. And then they're going to come to your page and look. And if you post things that are really inspirational or funny, people love to laugh. Your friends are going to share that on their page. So then their friends are seeing it, then they're going to go follow you. And I always, when I get a new follower, I try to private message them, hey, how'd you hear about me? And you want to get that conversation going. So yeah, be public.
You're using that to multiply yourself, really.
Yes.
And Margie, about the warm market, family and friends is easy. What do you do to make sure you get beyond that?
So I think you have to network in a place that you actually want to show up. So for me, I knew that I wanted to join a kickball team. So I joined it, and I knew I would want to go to the practices and the games because it's fun to me. And inside of that, I was able to build relationships, which I think is so important. The other thing that I think was really helpful for me and my team is in December, we offered a free event. It was an HLR, Healthy Living Revolution event, and it was the 12 days of smoothies. So no purchase required. You were able to come on in. And from there, we added you to our project broadcast, and we were able then to funnel you into our monthly wellness tips, and we were able to put you into our shred invites for January. So a lot of purchases came from the result of offering something free in December.
Those are great ideas. Those are really great. So final question. We're going to start with Vanessa this time. Now we have all these customers, right? You guys got beyond your warm market. You have customers, but customer care becomes really important at that point too, right? So what do you use, Vanessa, to communicate with your current customers or even prospective customers?
I heard at one conference that they said it's easier to keep a customer than finding a new one. And so I use everything that the company gives me. Like, I don't make things up. We get these emails, reminders, so check your email, and they tell you, oh, Maria has been taking Juice Plus for 30 days. It's time to give her a call. So I go and text them or call them, depending what they like, how they like to communicate. And I use those shareables to keep in touch. I don't really have to be talking to them all the time, but I have the broadcast list in my WhatsApp, and I always send them like a recipe or a cute picture to keep them engaged, and they like to receive that. So the customer service is all the time, not just 3 days before the next shipment goes out.
That's so well said. Everybody knows that, but not everybody does it, right? Angel, same question about customer care.
Right. I love what Donald Miller said again. Once they order, then you let them know you made a great decision. I'm so excited for you. We have a private Facebook group for our customers, so I always let them know. I'm going to send you an invite. I make sure they accept the invite. And then we do pictures and we welcome them into the Juice Plus family. And I love doing that. Another wonderful resource that I use is Project Broadcast. It's an easy way to text your customers and let them know simple recipes, let them know you're thinking of them, just staying in touch with them. And it's really, really important to make sure they know about all these things and they let you know, ask them, what is the best way to communicate with you?
Excellent. Mario, same question, customer care. What do you do to make it easy on yourself?
Big fan of Project Broadcast, what you said. Also, something that I've been doing from the beginning of time, because my upline and mom said, was to get the postcards from promotions and send out a postcard to your new customer for the first 4 months of them being a customer. And I feel like the snail mail is really important to them. You know, it means something. It's different from out of the ordinary. And the other thing I love to do is take the emails that the company sends us, and when I get those prompts, I use it as an opportunity to use my voice. So I'll either call them or I'll send a text message with my voice, or maybe I'll send like a video of me on Instagram, just checking in with them so they can hear my heart and they know what it is that, you know, I'm feeling.
I love the postcard idea. We never get mail anymore, right? But when you do get mail from somebody that you really care about, it's special. And so I think it's a nice touch. Maybe not every month, but it's a nice touch once in a while to get something like that. Caroline, same question about customer care.
Yeah, I think consistency is key and constant engagement. I think a variety of different touch points, just like these ladies were saying, you know, you might send them a recipe or an idea for a different product, or, you know, making sure you're reconfirming their buying decision while telling them why they need to continue to benefit from our products. And you know, just yesterday before we came, I got mail from Juice Plus. I got this little bracelet in the mail, and some of my partners did too. I don't even know why I got it, but it was nice, right? And I love it. So like, yeah, surprise and delight your people. And remember, it doesn't always have to be about products or sales. Send them a message with encouragement, or if you saw that their kid hit a home run, reach out to them and congratulate them, right? You're part of their health family, so make sure you're loving on them.
That's great, taking a personal interest in your customers rather than just being a business transaction, as we've learned earlier today. So we've learned a lot here today. We've all learned a lot in a short amount of time. And so I want to give the audience 4 simple takeaways that they can take with them. As Guy was pointing out earlier, write them down, because it's something you can put into place right away. Caroline, why don't you lead us off?
Yeah, stay consistent with your engagement, provide education to help others understand the importance of our products.
Perfect. Margie.
Give them something free where there's no buy-in, and then from there, get them introduced to our community and lead them to a purchase.
Excellent. Angel?
Be consistent with your approach to social media and show up every day because they're watching.
Vanessa, take us home.
Be a great teacher by being a great student. Be coachable, learn from your upline, and teach what you learn. Just like listen to the people that have been there before you.
That's excellent. So I want to thank all 4 of these ladies. We came together about a month ago and have really become fond of each other. I have learned so much in a short amount of time. I appreciate you all, and I know all of you do too. Thank you very much. All right, so now it's time for some more recognition. Let me first welcome to the stage 2 of my colleagues, Jason LaChance and Laura Morales. Let's welcome our newest SSCs and QNMDs.
Denise Feigum, Burleson, Texas. Team Eagles, Team iShare Health. Yay!
Nanette Hill, Team Infinite Possibilities, Team Sim, and Team Transformers in Atlanta, Georgia.
June Freeman, Buckingham, Virginia, Team Dream.
Damaris Avalos, Redlands, California, Team Wildfire.
Lisa Bartlett, San Clemente, California, the Heat Team.
Kristen Finley, Tucson, Arizona, the Heat Team.
Roxanne Mitchell, Redmond, Washington, Team Rise Up and Team Perseverance. Woohoo!
Alicia Jackson, Irvine, California, Team Abundance and Team Perseverance.
Tammy DeVore, Orange, California, Team Perseverance.
Brittany Ame, Redlands, California, Team Ninjas.
Victoria Langton, San Jose, California, Team Resilience.
Ashley Dusso, Ontario, from the House Style Emporium.
Caprice Crevar, Southern California, representing the Heat Team and Team Shine. And Chris, this is for you. Come from love and keep the love flowing. Woo!
Danny Warren from Corvallis, Oregon, Team Rise Up and Team Perseverance. Woo!
Michael Hilgen from Rancho Santa Margarita, Team Perseverance.
Cindy Santer from California, and I'm with Harriet's Eagles and Team Unite.
Mimi Griffin, San Clemente, California, Team Synergy, and Team Come As You Are, all love, no judgment.
Troy Albright from Mesa, Arizona, Team Shining Star.
Joni Hartman, Little Rock, Arkansas, Team JCJP.
Becky Sauerbutts, Hot Springs, Arkansas, Team JCJP.
Andy Kennedy, Steamboat, Colorado, Team Vitality.
Hi, Mine Carames from McAllen, Texas. Help my tempo.
Let's give another big Juice Plus congratulations to our SSCs and QNMDs. Woo-hoo! Congratulations!
Okay. Dwana, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm lost, can't find my notes. Thank you very much for the panel. They did an amazing job. And of course, they've left us with many great tips that we can put into our own daily method of operation already. So thank you very much to our panel and congratulations to all of the new senior sales coordinators and Qs.
Yes. And you know, we've heard some incredible speakers, and we're going to hear some more tomorrow. But we also have some incredible speakers that pre-recorded training for us that will be available after this afternoon's session on the Juice Plus Live app. And just to whet your appetite, I'm going to highlight a couple of those pre-recorded trainings. One is from National Marketing Director Jill Wagner. She's going to be doing a training on how to make a TikTok video or reel. Now, Yvonne, I know you live on Instagram. That is your home.
I do. That's my home.
And I like Instagram too. But I'll be honest, I have yet to make a TikTok. So I'm going to be watching Jill's video. And Yvonne, you could probably give me some tips when we step back behind stage.
We'll do some backstage.
And we're also going to have a video training from new International Marketing Director, Melissa Falco, entitled Lead with the Heart. And we know we love what we get to do every day. So that's going to be a really incredible training as well on the Juice Plus Live app. And now we're excited to hear another great training. It's entitled Leveraging Tools for Success, brought to you by Presidential Marketing Director Jackie Klein.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. Can you hear me? All right. I'm so excited to be here. It is such a privilege to be on this stage. It's such a great thing to be in California and to know that there's so many people out there watching and to be with my Juice Plus family. This is awesome. So we're going to get started here. Let's see. There we are. Okay, that's my family. All right. I am married to David of over 30 years, and I have 3 amazing adult children, and they are married each to lovely people. But I need you to focus for me. There's 2 little ones in this picture. And the little girl there is Emerson, and she is now 2 years old. And she is my best friend on this planet. Okay, we play hard, and we get in a little bit of trouble. Then that little guy there is Hudson. Many of you know him. You have heard him. His story is awesome, but he has a lot of special needs, and he's our little miracle boy. And I just really appreciate the Juice Plus family always asking about him, following him, and praying for him. And there's a new one that didn't even hit the picture. He's 2 months old, little Preston. So I should have popped in a picture of him, but those are the 3 that you all need to pay attention to in that picture. All right, so tool for success. Okay, so first of all, people were asking me, what am I going to talk about? And I'm like, well, I get to talk about all the digital tools. And I go, and somehow they picked a CPA to make that fun. So here we go. We're going to have a little fun. My journey actually did begin about 20 years ago with my mom. She was suffering from an autoimmune issue. She had amazing results with better nutrition from the fruit and vegetable capsules. And she told me about it, and like any good daughter, I completely ignored her. So some of you can understand that one. And then she had her Bible study friend send me information and keep calling, and I would never pick up the phone. And finally, I picked it up, and I felt so bad, I ordered it. It showed up. My husband asked what it was. I couldn't tell him. He looked at the research. There were 4 published studies at the time. Now we have over 40. And he was so impressed that he said that we should take it. And I started to have results with allergies and asthma and some things like that. And finally, I watched a video, and I learned that there were fruits and vegetables in these capsules after a year of taking them. So you too can be a PMD. You've had a better start than that. But I got it. I was like, this is a revolutionary concept that's absolutely going to change the world. And I was on fire. So now we get to move on, because I have a few minutes left, onto our topic. Tool time, it's tool time. Yes, it's riveting. And, and we're going to do this fast and furious, but we're going to have a little fun along the way. So I'm going to highlight the Juice Plus Hub. How many of you all have visited the Juice Plus Hub? Okay, awesome. It is evolving. It is amazing. And our team is using quite a few of these tools and having a lot of success with it. So when you get into My Juice Plus, your own the new virtual office, the ATD, then you can get into the little tab on the corner, Resources, and hit on the Hub, all right? What are you going to find there? You're going to find Getting Started checklist, training, courses, online courses, Ditch the Pitch, which you heard all about this morning, the Freedom Revolution, Juice Plus Insights. There's a place for frequently asked questions, and of course, what's new. Like, this is the place where you're going to find out the berry chews are back. Oh, yay, now I know, because some people are asking, right? So what are a couple of the tools that I want to highlight? First of all, the Getting Started checklist. We use this as a team all the time. It is so simple and clear cut. You can start up a new partner. It is right here for you. You can pull in your upline if you want to and get on a three-way call, but it is right here. How to place orders, some really key product videos, making your first list, what to say. I have to say Lisa Radici does an amazing short video right here on what to say and how to talk to people about the Juice Plus product line. I have to do a shameless plug here for another video that is now out of how to invite people onto your team, and it is done by Brad Bergford and myself. So be looking for that one. And of course, social media. Oh, the top corner there, let me go back. The top corner is a way to download the Getting Started checklist if you want a paper form. And then when you're finally through Partner Plus, which takes, what, a day, then you can go on the bottom green spot and go right to QSC, their next level and promotion. They're making it really, really easy for us. Also, you can access this information through the Freedom Revolution, and you can get to that right here, all right? But here's something I really love. If you're talking to somebody and you want to start introducing these videos, or they're the type of person that really wants to know what's coming, you can show them how to get started and what their first steps might be through the Freedom Revolution well before they're a partner. So you can access it through this tool. And you can get there through the Getting Started. There's the passwords and all of that stuff. But again, you can go right to the product videos, the Getting Started checklist, and other things. But you can access how to get started both through your ATD Juice Plus portal and also the Freedom Revolution. Just depends on what works for you. Okay, it's getting fun now. There are numbers on a chart. I'm a CPA, so I can do that. Yeah, spreadsheets are people too, right? No, they're not. I'm kidding. I was just wondering if you're awake. I got to thinking Dolly Parton and Miley Cyrus did that commercial during the Super Bowl about giving, dreams to iPhones. Did you all catch that? So, anyway. What I wanted to point out here is that these online coaching forms, you see they're right there on the right? These are interactive forms that you can save on your computer and start to fill in the names. And you can work your way, it'll do the math for you. It'll work your way right to Partner Plus, right to QSC, right onto Sales Coordinator, and all of the leadership positions. And I really have to give a shout out to Dawn Rathman for this. Dawn is a personal friend of mine in St. Louis, and she did a great job of helping to create these worksheets. So you don't have to know everything. You just start to read what it says, and then you put in names, and then you put in product, and it starts to add up the points, and it does it for you, and you know exactly what you need if you want to get to the next promotion. They even give you cute little pictures of ideas down at the bottom, okay? So that's another tool that we definitely use for coaching. We try to do three-way coaching calls, but honestly, I just want to empower you. Anyone can get there. They can figure out their own worksheet anytime. So isn't that exciting? Okay, training. These are really amazing. I don't know if you've dug into this. I have to admit that my team was digging into this well before I was, and I was so proud of our company and so blown away with this. So look at all these different topics. This is just half of them, guys. I mean, anything you want to know, click on here. There's a short little class. It'll tell you how long it is. It'll save it until you're ready to come back and finish it. It'll even give you a cute little test, and I took a few and I passed, just saying. And the ones that my favorites are the research one is fabulous. The Tower Garden is really good. Social Media Academy, your first 30 days. That is a step-by-step of how to post and build curiosity and build up those algorithms so that when you post about Juice Plus, and they're going to tell you exactly how to do it, it will work out just perfectly. So just know you're not out there by yourself, guys. You've got your team, you've got your sidelines, you've got your sponsors, but the company has provided some really amazing tools. And as a team, we have been going through the customer care one together and using that as well. So moving on, and lastly, the Juice Plus Insights. This is the communication tool that the company is using to tell us what's going on, to give us updates, to tell us about Juice Plus Live, all of this. That is coming to you every week on email, so I hope that you're reading that, typically on Wednesdays. And then also you can always go back and find it right here in the Juice Plus Hub. What are you gonna find there? This is the first page. You're gonna find all the contact information for all the different people that at corporate that you might wanna email or get in touch with. You're going to find things like social media resources, so you can pull these and post these and use them. And they're constantly being updated. Tower Garden information, this one was incredible. And then look at these stories. Do y'all do those story things? I love those. And you can just post. They're right here. Just copy and paste. If you don't know how to do that, meet me somewhere else and we'll have coffee, because I can do that one. But lots and lots of tools here that are absolutely amazing, including our Hispanic stuff. So just in closing, I just want to say everything is getting more simple. One of the things that you can look forward to is that everything will be eventually under the Juice Plus Hub. It's gonna, so you're gonna wanna get there, you're gonna wanna know what's in there, and it's all gonna be in one-stop shop. That's where we're headed. Thank you. Yeah. I know, they're jumping up and down online. Also, I really wanna thank the company. This company is listening to us. They are hearing us, they care, and they're working really hard behind the scenes to give us exactly what we in the field are asking for. They're collaborating with people like Don Rathman and Julie Herbst, Brian Rose, Jennifer Myers, many, many more. I shouldn't have even named names. But they are listening to field leadership, and they are working to provide exactly what we need so that we don't have to waste our time to, what can you say, recreating the wheel or creating our own tools. And I am really proud to be aligned with this company. I don't know about you all, but I worked for a lot of companies in the past, mostly CPA firms and things like that. And I've never worked for a company that had my self-interest in mind like this one. They are always making decisions that are best for me and my family. And I am telling you, from the day that I joined them 20 years ago, I am proud to be here. I'm proud to rest, and that they are working hard for us, for our businesses, and giving us the best tools possible. And let me tell you guys, you're in the right place at the right time, and the best is still yet to come.
Give a warm welcome to Sales Director US, Laura Morelos, and Sales Director Mexico, Gustavo Beltran.
Woo! Come on, people! Hello, Juice Plus family! Stand up, please, stand up. I need you to stand up. Yeah, for 1 second, stand up. Please. High five to how many people you can. High five, shake, high five. Whoa, come on. That's good, Laura. Eso. Yay. Latinos in the house. Yay. Woo. Thank you very much.
We are so happy to be here. I think everybody's Latino here, Gustavo. What do you think?
Here, Laura, thank you for inviting me over. And I'm so happy to be together again. It was, for me, it was like Austin was my first convention, and then I couldn't come to St. Louis, and now I'm here. I'm here with you, people.
And it's great to have you. And you know, one more conference, and we're all together. And we know that there's a lot of people watching online, so we want to say hello to all the ones that are at home, from our teams in Puerto Rico, in Mexico, in the US Hispanic market. Everybody's connected, and we are thrilled to share with you some updates about what's going on in our market. So how about if we get started?
Yeah, absolutely. So let me tell you a little bit about Mexico. In the last 18 months, I remember the time has passed so fast. And I remember the night of the 2020 when Mexico started operations, Laura. So 18 months ago, we start in this beautiful country, and I can tell you that 129 million people are still waiting for this opportunity. So I want you to know one thing that you probably don't know. Mexico is number 7 all around the world in direct sales companies. So that's a huge opportunity for you guys. And also, I wanted to mention that in Mexico, in 18 months, we already have some leadership that is growing and learning about this business. We have more than 3,000 partners already in Mexico registered, which is great in 18 months. Yeah, absolutely. We have 1 QNMD already. She made it in 1 year. And then we have 4 SSC, we have 5 QSSC, and 15 SC. And it's still growing and still learning about everything Mexico has to offer, and Juice Plus, of course, as an opportunity to be there. So also I wanted to mention last year, we had our first ever incentive trip for Mexico. We went to San Diego and we visited the Nike manufacturer with 18 winners, Laura. 18 winners were there. We had so much fun. And guess what? We are inviting now Puerto Rico to be, that's people of Puerto Rico, to be with us in our second incentive trip that is going to be in November of this year. We are already in a period of qualification, which is 5 months of qualification. And so Puerto Rico and Mexico will be there in November. Guess where? In the Riviera Maya in Mexico. That's where we are going to be. Okay, so people, I just want to wrap it up my minutes here with you I want to help you to enlarge your vision. When we have vision, you know about this guy that is giving us the opportunity to know Juice Plus, Jay Martin, had a vision 50 years ago, more than 50 years ago. And you know, vision is everything in our business, in our life, actually. So when you have vision in this business, it will give you business scope. You will see how the business will get into your life. You will see 10 years from now, 5 years from now, what the business will be. And that's what I would like you to envision and enlarge your vision with Mexico and the Latin American market. The second thing with the vision, when we all have vision, is to have a common purpose, of course. We are all in the same track, in the same page. That's why we are better together. That's why the US Hispanic market, Mexico and Puerto Rico are getting together to get a common purpose, to get Juice Plus to more and more people. The other thing is, of course, commitment to results. When you have vision, when your group has vision, you are committed to results. And that's what we need. We need people committed to results. I always say to my people in Mexico, I don't like people who committed 100%. I like people who is committed 300%. That's what we need. We need people with 300% of commitment. The fourth thing that give you vision, when you have vision in this business, is navigate change process. Of course, you will navigate a lot of changes. Life is changing, the world has changed, and everything just happened in 2 years. And that's what we need, people to know how to navigate process of changes. And the last thing, of course, when you have vision, is to create a high-performance culture. That's what we need. We need people with that high-performance culture. So, guys, I want you to know that we are waiting for you in Mexico, in these beautiful offices that we have there. We are in the top, highest building of Mexico City, in a beautiful office. Who has been there? Who has been there? Guy Debut has been there. Some Puerto Ricans has been there. So I want you to know that my team, my corporate team, leaders there in Mexico are waiting for you. So please be more than welcome to go. Contact me and we will be more than happy to receive you there. So Laura, that's Mexico.
Well, I love Mexico, of course. Let's give Gustavo a round of applause. We're excited because we're working together. Definitely together we're stronger. Together we have more fun. Our culture is all about community. So it's been a pleasure. It's been a great joy and a great feeling of accomplishment just to work closely with you, Gustavo, and with the people from Mexico. And of course, there's been tremendous support from Puerto Rico to Mexico and vice versa. And now we're bringing all the Latinos in the United States. So definitely Latin America is waiting for us. And I couldn't be more excited to actually share with you why we feel that U.S. Hispanic market and Mexico are the gateway to Latin America. I'm going to share this briefly because you probably heard it before, but I just want to remind you of the potential we have where we are. You know, there's Latinos everywhere. And as you know, there are 63 million Hispanics in the U.S., as you said, Gustavo, waiting for us. I honestly believe that in the Hispanic community, we are the best kept secret, and we need to change that, right? But not only that, you know, that's why we say we are the gateway, because 67% of the Hispanics are from Mexican origin. So what does that mean? And it has happened to some of you already. You find a Latino here in your city, and they connect you to Mexico. So we are all connected together. And the best is that you really don't need to speak the language. Many people come to me and say, but I don't speak Spanish. Wow. Anybody's welcome because there's 64% bilinguals in the Hispanic community. So you just need to find somebody like me, like Gustavo, like many others, that we go back and forth in both languages, and we feel completely fine. So as you know, the Hispanic market started in the United States with Puerto Rico 14 years ago. And now we have 2 PMDs, we have 3 amazing NMDs in Puerto Rico, and we have 3 QNMDs, 2 in Puerto Rico, and for the very first time, which is what gives me so much joy, just to see all the promotions that are starting to happen in the United States. And so for the first time, we have our first QNMD Latina, Mina Carames, she's somewhere there, and we're gonna hear from her because she's the doctor, you know, and she's gonna be talking tomorrow, but she's our first QNMD, and this is just an example of what's coming up. Things are happening, we are growing, we have 17 SSCs and 12 QSSCs and more to come. So just get ready, because together we're stronger. And as we say together, we also partner a lot with marketing from Mexico, of course, with Daniel, that is right here, that is an amazing guy, that we're doing tremendous material, tremendous amount of resources for you to have everything that you need to be successful. So we already heard the incredible presentation about Juice Plus Hub, and the greatest thing is it's in Spanish courses, and soon to be the one spot to go to get resources, content, and learning. So it's gonna be in Spanish. So if you're English speaking, doesn't matter. Yeah, let's give a round of applause to those that built the hub. It's amazing too. But it's good for you, because once you begin to grow your business in the Hispanic community, these are the resources you're going to be sharing with others, right? And then Ditch the Pitch, we just heard this morning. What a great program. And in Spanish, we have it in Spanish already, but the great thing is that we're having courses. So we just finished our second course, and we get together for 7 weeks, you know, once a week, in which really exchange ideas, practice the habits, learn from one another, and we become better at creating conversations and connecting with people. So we have it in Spanish as well, and it's growing and it's up and going, so we're excited for that. And also, since we've been working together, we decided to, instead of creating several Facebook groups and social media groups, we create this one group with everyone who speaks Spanish is gonna be connected. It's the Comunidad Latina Juice Plus. So if you're listening to me right at home and you are Latino somewhere and you have not joined this group, please do so, because we are sharing all the updates, photos, you know, experiences, everything that's going on in the Hispanic community in Mexico, US, Puerto Rico, everywhere. So this is our material. And you know, as we said, we're talking a lot about being together because together we're stronger, together we grow better. And if you can see, this picture are an example of how we really support one another. We have a great group of leaders from Puerto Rico who went to support Mexico a few months ago, and they're building great relationships. We were in your corporate office, which was amazing. We had lately the Juice Plus development event.
Yep,
I was part of it. I had a privilege to be part of it, and it was amazing. You were in Puerto Rico.
I was
right?
in Puerto Rico. It was an amazing event, 2 events. We made 2 events there, and it was an amazing experience with them.
Absolutely. So we definitely want to grow this. We're going to grow it globally, and in honesty, we can't do it without you. You need to help us. We need your leadership. We need your experience. We need everything that you already know about Juice Plus, because it takes only one person. That one person who is going to be hungry for a change, who's going to be a go-getter, who gets the vision, as Gustavo says. You don't need 100, but just start asking, who do you know? And Gustavo and I can talk a lot about the greatest things that are coming up with our community and Juice Plus, but how about if we hear from 2 great experts, 2 great Juice Plus leaders who live in the United States, are actually having already great results, expanding their businesses into these great markets. So I will present you one that you already know, our amazing Presidential Marketing Director, Andrea Bond from Texas, and she's going to share with us a little bit of what's going on in her team and the Hispanic market, okay? Let's take a look.
So I began building my business in the Hispanic community a long time ago, even before we had a Spanish brochure. It was a neighbor and a good friend of mine who was from a border town in Texas, and she asked if I would go home to her hometown and share Juice Plus, do some events for her family and friends. I said, of course. I didn't think about any kind of language barrier, which definitely existed. I do not speak Spanish to do a Juice Plus presentation, but she did. And so that's my first piece of advice. Find somebody to link arms with. What does Jay Martin always say? Grab a buddy. She was that voice that needed to translate the details when necessary, but the heart speaks a universal language. They still heard my passion for what we do. And really, when we have that passion and we care and share, we've got the tools now. It's all about using the tools, from the Freedom Revolution in Spanish to Laura and Gustavo to lean on, to all the marketing materials. So find that buddy, use the tools, and I just guarantee you this community will bless you in so many ways. They are an incredible group of people that just what their heart is all about is what we're about too.
Amazing, Andrea. Well, you know, Laura, also we have the youngest national marketing director, Victoria Vendus. She was in Mexico last year twice, and one of that time she spent 1 month, completed 1 month with her people in Saltillo, Mexico. So let's hear from Victoria.
What is up, Juice Plus family? Okay, so to expand into that Hispanic market, it only takes one person, as it did for me. And so it's as simple as thinking, who do I know that's bilingual? And having a conversation with every single one of them interested in this business opportunity. I had these conversations with probably 10 people, and of those 10, 2 joined and only 1 did something. But that 1 that did something, we taught her how to have really valuable conversations and talking to high-level people. And by doing that, she now has the #1 producer in Mexico in her organization. And I have been so blessed to be able to work with this team. This Mexico group has been so fun. Not only did I have the excuse to go to Mexico for 2.5 months, but I also have really developed relationships that are going to last a lifetime. Well, in Mexico, they're still working on building up their leadership. They're still looking for leaders, and that can be within your network if you really get in. Not only who do you know, but who do they know? I'm hoping that I'll see you guys all with the Hispanic market and all in Mexico. And by the way, I do not speak any Spanish. So if I can do it, so can you.
Wow, I love the stories. You know, I love the enthusiasm and the many friendships that have been created through these efforts, you know, through partnering with the different cultures. It's really a lot of fun. So we're gonna wrap it up real close, and I wanna share with you the city tour for 2022 is coming up. I'm already working with a few of you to go visit different places. I mean, it's really anything more fun than being together live. Isn't it really the best? To connect, to hug, to smile, to feel the other person. So we need you to have events. And it all starts with you. So I'm soon going to be in Texas with a great group of people there. We're going to Florida. We're going to Indianapolis. And I have an event in California as well. By the way, I live in California, okay? So if you haven't requested your event, please let us know. Just send us an email, shoot me a Voxer, let me know, and we'll be more than glad to start making plans. You bring the people, we bring everything that needs to be necessary for the event, and we have fun, and we connect. And sometimes the events are bilingual, and that's totally okay. Okay, and then last, Gustavo, but not least, you remember that last year we had 21 videos created in Spanish just for you guys. Isn't it true?
It's amazing.
2021 were 21 videos in Spanish, and they were amazing resources that your people need, all the Hispanics need, and they were really well received, and we're excited about that. But I don't want to leave to share with you, without sharing with you, our Tower Garden video in Spanish. This is the very first video in Spanish for Tower Garden. And I want to mention something very important. You know why? Because Puerto Rico is the 5th territory with the most sales of Tower Garden. So we thought that that was going to be a good news, right? So let's give a round of applause to marketing. They do an amazing job. Let's take a look.
Cultiva tu propia comida con Tower Garden. La buena salud comienza con buenos hábitos, como el comer alimentos integrales. Tower Garden te permite cultivar fácilmente tus propios alimentos frescos y nutritivos sin tierra. Tower Garden Home es ideal para cultivar en interiores, mientras que Tower Garden Flex es un poco más grande y puede ser utilizado para interiores o exteriores. Cultiva un tú más saludable todo el año. Apoya tu estilo de vida saludable con Tower Garden. ¿No tienes mano para las plantas? No hay problema. Tower Garden te permite cultivar tus propios alimentos sin la curva de aprendizaje o el compromiso de tiempo de la jardinería tradicional. Cultiva hierbas y vegetales en interiores con Tower Garden Home o disfruta de una amplia variedad de frutas, vegetales, hierbas y flores con Tower Garden Flex. Cada modelo ocupa menos de 3 pies cuadrados. Una familia feliz, saludable. ¿Tienes una gran familia que alimentar? Con un jardín familiar puedes cultivar hasta 84 plantas de una sola vez y poner más alimentos integrales en la mesa. Una comunidad comprometida. Un sistema de cultivo integrado de 12 Tower Gardens, un Community Garden es perfecto para escuelas, restaurantes, organizaciones sin fines de lucro y otras aplicaciones de comunidades. Un negocio sustentable. Con Tower Farms, los agricultores progresistas se ganan la vida mientras hacen una diferencia. ¿Estás listo para cultivar un mejor futuro y una ganancia saludable? Conoce más acerca de Tower Garden hoy. Contacta al socio que te refirió y no olvides visitar towergarden.com.
Woo! What do you think, Gustavo? Are you excited or what?
Oh my God, that was a great video. So Laura, let's close this on the Latin way. We close every event in Latin America, in Puerto Rico, and in Mexico with a single thing that we need your help to do it. So please stand up, everybody stand up and make such much noise that everybody in Mexico could hear us when we turn around, okay? We're gonna record this and it's gonna be in social media. So please make the noise like crazy, like Guy the Boo here, okay? Yeah. All right. Are you ready, guys?
Oh,
come on, I cannot hear you. Are you ready? Okay. So, Laura, we are here in Anaheim, and this is the people of Juice Plus. Woo! Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Oh my goodness, that was incredible. Are you excited? That Tower Garden and video. Oh my goodness, Laura, Gustavo, thank you so much. They are right. Together we are better. Correct?
Oh yeah.
Together we are better.
Yes.
And what I really appreciated was we heard from Victoria and Andrea, and Laura says it all the time to us in the home office. You don't have to speak Spanish. You just have to lead with the heart. And Melissa's going to talk about that, right? Just lead with the heart, and together we're better. So thank you so much.
Very excited for what's to come there. Very excited. My goodness, home office has been busy, have they not? How about that hub?
Yes.
Sometimes we don't see what's going on behind the scenes because it's quiet. Well, let me tell you, they've been working really hard. You saw the new stuff coming, and it's only getting better and better and better. So let's talk about one of the important things of our business, and that is events. And that's where the fun and the energy lies. Events can be so many things, whether you're text messaging with a potential customer, whether you're having coffee with a friend, whether you're having a little event in your home, or something maybe a bit larger in different spaces, different venues, things like that. But events are the lifeblood of our business, and that's where people feel our energy, they feel our heart, is when they're with us in person is probably the best. And for, even in our toughest times, our next speaker has figured it out. 2 years without being around people, we've become very much on Zoom and very much inside, correct? She has continued to host events. She's been extremely successful, and it's transformed her business. She's a national marketing director. She is a mom of 2 children. Please welcome Jenna Rood.
Thank you, everybody. Hi, Juice Plus family. How are you today? Oh, it's so sad they turned off the salsa music for me. I wanted that instead. I am a mom of 2, wife to Jake, and my family's here today. I have a 3-year-old and a 5-month-old. So Stuart and I were just talking about White was a really good choice because we all know what happens with 5-month-old babies, a lot of unpredictable stuff happening. So I'm so happy to be here today. I've actually been a part of the Juice Plus family since I was 5 years old. And I was the kid eating vintage complete out of the can. Has anyone been there? My mom learned about Juice Plus when I was that age, and we have, as a family, just been so excited about what the Juice Plus company has been doing for years and years and years. And actually, tomorrow marks my 14th year with the company because I got a franchise partnership for my 18th birthday from my mom. So yes, 14 years tomorrow on my birthday, and I'm so just excited because my husband and I actually have been doing this together since then. We got married and we scaled to national marketing director when we were 25 years old. And to be honest, we are more excited about what we're doing than we ever have been today. So can we give a little round of applause for just what's happening in our company, you guys? It's incredible, so incredible. So as I dig in today, I just want you to know, I've been there through so many different seasons of my life. I have been the, frustrated college girl with a market of broke friends, if anyone's there. I've been the 20-something terrified to just step outside my comfort zone, but doing it anyways, looking for people older than 30 to work with, to help build my team and to build our life. And now I am the sleep-deprived mom. And my goodness, am I tired. But I literally used the laundry hamper as the trash can the other day. So if that tells you anything about how my brain's working. But I'm still showing up, like so many of you. I know so many of you are getting up and making it happen because the work we do matters. So thank you for listening today. We're going to be talking about redefining events. And love this quote so much. I've used this a couple times when I've shared, but your smile is your logo, your personality is your business card. How you leave others feeling after an experience with you becomes your trademark. The key word here is experience. So I want you, if you're taking notes, to write down, you're gonna plan events around value and service to others over anything else. Value and service to others. And you're gonna leave people with an experience. And this is gonna help you start the Juice Plus conversation. It's gonna help you authentically build relationships in your life. And it's going to help people actually get to know you, the real you, and your passion for healthy living. So, sound good? Can we dig in? All right. I'm gonna rush through this. We got a few minutes here, and if you're taking notes, you're gonna love this. You can kind of see the outline. We're gonna go through the 5 aspects of how to drive momentum in your business in this day and age with events. The plan, the invite, the flow, the follow-up, and the consistency so that you can do this and implement this immediately, like today in your business. So the plan. These days, you guys, you cannot plan events that are focused on a product pitch. Your friends will not miss something in their lives for a product pitch. And I've been loving the conversations that have been happening so far on this stage because we're all on the same page with this now, right? I want you to think about asking yourself, what would your friends sacrifice to come to what you're planning? Are they going to miss their son's soccer game to come to your event? Are they going to miss taking a nap? Are they going to actually miss going for a nice walk around the block in the sunshine? And I think, the challenge here is that we get so excited about what we're planning. We just have to really focus in on our audience. What does our audience want and around them? So the questions you can see here, what value can you add? That would be a good place for you to start. I want you to think about what's something that you love or what's something special that you can bring to the table. What does your audience want? For me, it's time with your kids when they can be entertained, or time without your kids so you can actually talk to adults instead of toddlers and babies. But think about, what is your audience? What do they want? And maybe what event would you drop everything in your life to prioritize? For me, it's wine, live music, again, a chance to talk to someone other than my children who I love so much, but getting out, meeting friends, connecting, or meeting other families, connecting our children together. That sounds fun to me. I'm gonna miss a nap for that, okay? So no matter what you choose to plan, you need to just make sure that your contacts will prioritize your event from the second they hear about it. And we're gonna dive into what makes someone prioritize your event. And this is so fun that Donald Miller helped us so much today learn about this and dig into this, because it's the same conversation. You have to help them know that you can solve a specific problem that they have. Where is that problem point? How can you help them with a solution? And the way I do this is I just ask really good questions in initial conversations so that I can use what I learned in the inviting process. And I have an example for you guys about this in just a second. I live the Juice Plus lifestyle and share on social media so that when someone's coming to an event that I'm putting on, they know what they're gonna get. They know that they're gonna learn more about what our family does, what we're passionate about, and they're pretty much already saying yes to what we're sharing before they even show up, because they know me and I'm sharing authentically on social media. And then I also plan themed target market events that cater to my niche market. So I want you to think about that. Who is your niche market? Who's your audience? Where can you add the most value? And that's where you're going to start. And I connected with so many of my amazing sideline mastermind ladies, NMDs, about this. And the number one thing everyone said to me was, it doesn't matter what kind of event you plan, as long as you're excited about it. So if you don't take anything from my talk, take this. It doesn't matter what kind of event you do or you plan, as long as you're excited about it. The key here, though, to me, is you cannot have your motivation be about the results. If you're planning an event saying, okay, I'm gonna plan this event, and I'm gonna get all these customers, I'm gonna get all these team members, and I'm gonna get this new promotion, it's not gonna be fun. It's not gonna be fun for you, it's not gonna be fun for your friends. No one's gonna enjoy it. Flip it. Flip the focus. How can we focus on making sure we're adding value, adding service, serving others, adding that, those solutions to the problems that people need so much? Then it's gonna be fun. And on that slide, if you can just go back one slide for me, I've got a little click happy. We do a little park meetup. We've done this a number of times. This is one of my favorite things we've done, because I know that after the landscape of our world shifted, people were really tired of being inside with their families. I was hearing from a lot of moms, I need to get out. I need to get out of the house. I need to get out of the house. I need to go somewhere. I need something for my kids to do. So we found a park that had a free community space, or for just a small fee, found a meeting spot and just brought families together outdoors, connecting, had the kids do some sort of activity, had healthy snacks where it would start the conversation, the Juice Plus conversation, and it was so fun. We had, I think, 100 people register for it the first time we did it because people were so excited. So think outside the box since we're living in kind of a different world now, right? Also, another thing that our team does is you can collaborate with your team leaders or your sideline buddies or whoever you're working with and think about what target markets do you want to reach and how can you solve their problems. That's the goal. So we put on virtual events at least once a week, sometimes 3, 4, 5 times a week that are very specific to a certain group. So instead of maybe just putting on an event for athletes, think about how could I make it even more specific? How could I do maybe injured athletes and focus it in on that? And you're going to use, stories. You're going to use an expert on your team in that specific topic to make the event come to life. But you're going to make sure you're being really specific so it'll help you in the inviting process. All right, second thing that makes someone prioritize your event is they know that they will leave with something of extreme value. And you're just going to pick 1 or 2 of these because nobody has time to do more than that these days. The first thing I love making sure you're prioritizing is share inspiring stories of health and hope versus information they can Google. If they can Google it, they're not coming to hang out with you. They have to be inspired, okay? So how can you inspire them? How can you give them something that they cannot Google in the event? Help them leave with prepped food to feed their family. Everyone loves that. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna go to an event, leave with food to feed my family. That's the best thing ever, right? So meal prep parties, of course, we're doing a lot of that. Plant-based potlucks still. If you are able to do that where you gather a small group of people in your home, please get together and do that. My friend Michaela is doing sourdough bread parties and having incredible success with that because people are excited about it and she's just doing it, focusing it in on gut health and having a blast. Teach them new recipes, kitchen skills, or another lesson. If you can teach someone something, that's extreme value. So a little cooking class or something that might get them excited. And then, of course, giveaways, swag bags. We actually, at this fun meetup for women, and it was so funny how excited people got over that. They thought it was the greatest thing ever. And then they were posting about it all after, like, look what I got. They gave me a flower. And so think about it. How can you make them feel amazing? And the third thing that makes someone prioritize your event is they want an experience. How do you do this? A pretty simple invite graphic. Do not overthink it. Just make sure you're really clear about your message and what you're doing at the event on it. Delicious food and drinks, of course. Background music, think about what the energy is. You can really cultivate laughter and connection with an icebreaker or something. I actually, at that same Valentine's event, just had every single woman go around the circle and say, or answer the question, what do you want or need more of this year? And it was incredible to hear the responses. Some of them were like, I wasn't gonna come today and I almost left. I pulled up in the driveway and I was so panicked, but now I made new friends and I love this. And around the circle, I had my customers, my partners, my guests as well, and no one really knew who anyone was, but the overall connection piece was there. And by the end, everyone was saying, I don't know what this is, but how do I be a part of it? How do I hang out with all of you more? And that's what you want. You want them to feel that, feel our Juice Plus family. The invite, the main goal is to just speak human and be a good friend. I am not going to give you specific verbiage. That's a lie. I am going to give you one slide. You're welcome. But I want you to take it just with a grain of salt. I want you to use your voice and speak from the heart. And I want you to pick up the dang phone and call people. They won't answer. Don't worry. But you can leave a voicemail, or you can use voice text on social media to connect with people. But use your voice. That's how you're going to make sure they feel the love. And make it all about them. What value will this add to their life? If you're struggling with what to say, either your event's not fun enough yet, or you need to think about what is in it for them. What are the benefits of the benefits? Shout out to Jamie Cantrell for always drilling this into my head. So I did give you this. Take a quick screenshot here if you want. This is something I would voice text to someone. Again, making sure it just sounds really real. Like, hey, Jen, I thought of you because you shared with me the other day that you're just struggling with feeling trapped at your house all day with the kids. I know how it goes. It's so crazy and chaotic, but I'm actually hosting some of my friends for a fun little hangout this week, and think drinks, yummy plant food, chance to chat with adults instead of toddlers for once. Throw in whatever is appealing, you think would be appealing to them, and then let them off the hook. No worries if not. I just thought fresh air and new friends might help you start another busy week with your family feeling refreshed and happy. How can you help them understand how they're going to feel at the event and when they leave? That's what you say to them when you invite them. That's what's going to get them to show up. And then at the actual event, the main goal is just to put on the event that you want to attend. So mix and mingle with food and drinks, a cheers moment with the host, pick a main activity. I just recommend choosing one thing. Don't try to do a million things. It could be a sharing circle like we just talked about before. It could be a panel of inspiring stories of health and hope that you kind of pulled together ahead of time and prep your partners with. It could be a cooking or meal prep demo or a hands-on lesson, something like we just went over. But the key here is to not do an official, and now we're going to talk about Juice Plus, right? We're going to just naturally incorporate our products and mission into the content. You're going to let it flow through the food, the conversations. They take a bite of this cookie and they're like, what is in this cookie? It's so good. And you're like, oh my gosh, this and this and this, incomplete. They're like, what is complete? There you go. Now you have a chance to share that with them. Do you understand? Okay, it's a different mindset. And I promise you, you're gonna have so much fun. You're gonna be so excited when you have these events because it's a different vibe completely. And then closing with mix and mingle. We all know this. All right, I'm gonna see if this will play here. Oh yes, it will. All right, so the best kind of event, what is it? It's the kind that you'll do. I don't care what it is. Live event, virtual event, doesn't matter. Think about the timing, think about the location, make sure you make people feel comfortable, wearing whatever they want. Come as you are, I'm gonna be in sweats. Like, I dress down for events to make sure my guests feel comfortable when they show up. And then virtual events, make sure your time is worth it, right? Go live on Zoom, but also live stream into your Facebook community group. Make sure you record it for easy sharing so that your team can use it after and use those systems in place. And then, of course, make it fun. A little dance party moment with Jake and our crew. And then we've been doing hybrid events where we host a small group of guests, customers, and partners in our home, and then we broadcast out to everyone else. So this has been a fantastic thing. All the people who are there actually feel like celebrities. They're like, oh, I'm a part of a studio audience. This is awesome. And then you actually get to reach more people globally with your team. So you're not boxed into just that specific location. We get the kids involved. It's really, really fun. Just make sure you have someone who knows what they're doing on Zoom to help you with all the tech part of it. All right, and then the follow-up. The main goal for here is to keep the conversation going. I want you to ask better questions. For me, a lot of the productivity part of this, of actually getting someone to purchase Juice Plus, is in the follow-up. It is most of the time in our systems. So we love things like Project Broadcast and boards and Teamsy. These are just tools to help you spend more time making friends and talking to people. The more efficient you can be with your systems, the more time you have to make friends and talk to people, and that's your job. How cool is that? We love our job. Social media as well is a huge tool for you in follow-up. As long as you're posting, I don't care if it's a picture of your dog, picture of your baby, they're thinking, oh, I need to respond to her. Oh, I should reach out. You're helping that journey go along. You're shining on them bit by bit. So don't overthink it. And then the last one is, how do we make this consistent, right? Consistent events drive momentum. They provide the gold standard of customer care, and they keep partners engaged. This is your greatest tool to keep your business moving forward or to launch your business forward after this conference. So here's some action steps for you as we close today. 1, plan your next in-person event in the next 2 weeks. I'm holding you to that. Next 2 weeks that represent you and the value you can add to your community. 2, work with your upline, downline, or sideline team to get a consistent weekly virtual event on the schedule that caters to a specific audience or a specific problem that you can solve for the people in your life. That's the second one. And then the third one is to start sharing your value and stories of hope on social media to meet your audience where they spend the most time. You're gonna be amazed at the people who reach out to you if you're just really active in sharing why you love what you do. And I'm here today, and I'm so grateful to be here. I was thinking about just what I wanted to share with you guys, and I think the message is, come as you are, just keep showing up as you. We've got to turn the hustle culture into the helper culture. How can we help more people? How can we serve more people? How can we be the best version of ourselves and just be honest and confident with that? And I think if you can get really clear on who you're showing up for, you're gonna be amazing. I see my girls in the audience today, and it just makes me so excited for the future of our company. I grew up in this company. They're my family. I was too busy talking backstage to just people that have been my life force. And you're a part of that. You're a part of a legacy. You're a part of an incredible future, incredible mission. And I want you to go out there and plan some events so that other people can be a part of this. So thank you guys so much.
Please welcome back Vice President Communications and Chief of Staff, Janet Black.
Thank you so much, Jenna. That was absolutely fabulous. I want to attend every event that Jenna hosts moving forward. Those were excellent slides. Thank you for sharing with all of us. I'm sure many of you were scratching away with your pen and paper or taking those notes. And are probably already thinking about all the different events that you can host as well. Because we know events are certainly the lifeblood of our business. Well, my job at this moment is to introduce you again to our afternoon keynote speaker. She earned her PhD from South Florida. Dr. Stephanie Boyer will be bringing our keynote. She is a professor of marketing at Bryant University. She also teaches sales there. She is an author of 2 books that I know of, The Little Black Book of Social Media, as well as 9 Ways to Develop Highly Effective Salespeople. She is a TEDx speaker, travels the round, and as well an advocate on the behalf of the Direct Selling Educational Foundation, and really is an advocate for what we all do in the world of direct selling and network marketing. In addition to that, she loves her coffee and is a fitness geek. Those were her words, not mine. She brings a unique and valuable approach to the business, and I know that you're going to be inspired by her as she teaches you new techniques to acquire new customers. So please help me welcome Dr. Stephanie Boyer.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you, Janet, for that kind introduction. I am so thrilled to be here. You are such a fun group. Last night I was with you. So many of you were out there. You were chatting with me. One of you even got me out on the dance floor. So thank you so much for welcoming me to this Juice Plus family. It's so much fun to be here. I've been really looking forward to this. And so I know it's been a long day. You've been in several sessions so far. So I'd love to get you up and out of your seats to do a fun activity to get you ready, because today we are in 50 minutes going to go through a crash course on customer acquisition, aka building your customer base up, right? It's going to be so much fun, so much. Get your notepads out, everything, and go ahead and get out of your seat. We're going to do an activity right now that's going to get your blood flowing, all right? So it's called the shakedown, and I love doing this anytime I do something to get myself out of my comfort zone, anytime I need to just get a little bit of energy. So what we're going to do, we're going to count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and as we're doing that, we're going to shake out our body. So we're going to do our arms first, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then we're going to do the left one, and then we're going to do the right leg, then we're going to do the left leg, and then we're going to start again, 4, 3, 2, 1, all the way down until we get to 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay? Does that sound good? Yeah? Yeah? Okay. All right, get ready. You got to yell it out with me, okay? And then you have to bear with me after because I'm going to be a little bit out of breath. All right. Here we go. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 2, 1. 2, 1. 2, 1. 2, 1. 1, 1, 1, 1. Go. Oh my gosh, that was great. That was fantastic. Good job, everybody. That was wonderful. It's really great to help you get out of your comfort zone, shake out the nerves, right? Because if you want to achieve more, you really have to push yourself out of that comfort zone. And what happens when we don't? When we don't push ourselves out of our comfort zone, we have that feeling of regret, right? Regret from staying in that. How many of you have personally or professionally wish you would have taken more risks? You know, think about that at any stage of your life. It could have been trying a new food or going to a new place, traveling somewhere, try out for a new opportunity that's out there, taking a chance on a person, or really going after that dream. So today, the goal is to share some tools with you that's going to help you build out that customer base. It's going to help you to help more people live better. And to get different results, you really have to get out of that comfort zone. So we're going to use some tools today. It's going to help you to succeed and get more out of the conversations that you're already having. How does that sound? Good, right? Okay, excellent. So a little bit about me. Yes, you heard it. Actually, you heard everything, I think, from Janet. Mom of 3 up there. I travel around. I try to help people find their voice so that they can advocate for themselves and also others. And yes, I'm an author. I teach. I train students. I've been teaching for about 20 years now. I also create an app that teaches people how to sell. And through the app, we've analyzed, just in the last couple years, over 300,000 sales conversations. And we're going to talk about some of those highlights, some of the things that are going to be able to help you and really get you ready to go in this crash course that we have. And so talking back about going out of your comfort zone, I wanted to share that I'm not just talking the talk, I'm actually walking the walk. Over the last couple years, I gained that COVID-19 pounds, right? Indulging a little bit too much in drinking and food. And nothing was working to get me to lose the weight, nothing that traditionally worked. And I've had a couple back surgeries, and so it was hard. I felt like I was really limited on what I could do. So finally, I started training with a retired cage fighter. And I thought, gosh, this is a terrible idea. I'm going to end up with another back surgery after this. But it actually worked out. And I'm actually doing training with him now to help empower more women. So I'll just show you. I'm actually walking the walk here and been training a little bit. Right? And it's strengthening my back too. You know, who knew? Who knew? If you went to the gym, you probably saw me earlier doing this. So now let's talk about your comfort zone. Where is that comfort zone when it comes to finding new customers? When you have to find new customers, what do? Are you going out? Are you talking to new people? Or are you just talking to the same people that you're currently doing business with? So what do you need to do when you need to sell more? And once you just think about it, write it down. Maybe get out a pad and just write it down. If you needed to increase your sales by like 10%, what's your first step? What would you do? Go ahead and write that down. What's your comfort zone around that? You're going to be taking lots of notes and writing some things down. Now, I wanted to take a moment and take a note out of the Girl Scouts handbook. When I was a child, I would go around and I would try to sell Girl Scout cookies to my neighbors, and I'd spend the whole weekend going out and trying to do that. I could only sell so many boxes of Thin Mints to the neighbors next door. They only had so much room in their freezers to be able to keep them, right? And so if you look at these Girl Scouts, then you're gonna see, where are they? They're outside of a grocery store, right? They're at a place where people are already going inside to buy food. And cookies are food, it's sweet food, but they're already there. And they're going to see many people as they're coming in to purchase food, maybe some sweets. So the people are already in the mindset that they want something. And these cookies could fulfill that. So I want you to think about working smarter and not necessarily harder. Think about, where is your table outside of the grocery store? All right? So let's think about making sales. Where do we go? What do we do when we need to create more business? There are 4 different places that you go when you try to find new business. Now, the first part is new products being sold to new customers, or new products being sold to current customers. All right? But you don't have any control over new products. You're not at the production facility, and it's a great product anyways. Why are you trying to change it? So let's go ahead and mark those off. Now we're left with selling the current products to either new customers or the current customers. And I want you to think about my neighbors who could only fill their freezer up so much with those Thin Mint cookies before they couldn't anymore. And sometimes people move away, right? Maybe they can't have cookies anymore. They're diabetic. I heard that one a lot. So we have to be careful. You want to absolutely nurture those current customers. You have to maintain the relationships, but you can't continue to sell to them. So you want to really focus on this sweet spot here. Focus on going out and finding new customers while you're maintaining the relationships with your current customers. All right, so go for that sweet spot. So you might say, okay, well, where am I going to find new customers then? I want you to think about going to events. Think about these different events where people care about their health. People care about improving their lives and about wellness. So go ahead and write down, where are 3 places you'd go in order to find some new customers? What are 3 places? Events. Maybe they could be like a 5K event, a nature group, a new moms group, an exercise or a wellness group at work, the gym, any events around that. So go ahead and write down, what are 3 places that you go? Now, when you found those 3 places, you can actually take that and start using social media as a tool to find people that belong to groups related to those types of events that are focused on health and focused on wellness. So don't just stick to your comfort zone and continue to talk to your friends and family and maybe keep hounding them about purchasing the product. Your friends and family just may not be as interested in their health and wellness as some people in some of these other groups. All right? So why do we need new business? Why can't I just continue helping the people that I'm currently helping and be comfortable and stay here? Right? It's obvious that you want to help more people. You want to be successful. Maybe you want to prove it to yourself that you can do it. Maybe you want to make a little bit more money. But also, people leave. On average, about 20% of people across all businesses leave every single year. And it's not even because you necessarily did something wrong or the product's bad, right? It's not that. People leave, somebody might have lost a job, they moved, maybe they don't think that they need the product anymore, they have new priorities, life just gets in the way, maybe it's a budget issue, or maybe their other friend is selling another health product and they want to give it a shot, but they can't take both at the same time, right? So we have to be able to go out because the customers do leave. So we know that we want to build the business up. We want to be able to be successful. And then we also have this issue of know-how. So maybe you want to go out and you want to be really successful, but you feel like you're not sure what you're supposed to say in a different situation, right? I don't know how to do this. I don't have the tools that I need. So those are really the two main areas. So I want you to think about what's been holding you back from going a little bit further. So go ahead and turn to the next person, whoever's near you, and just share that. What do you think it is? What are you struggling with the most? Like, what's that one thing you could do? And if you could do that, you could be so much more successful with this. What are you struggling with? Okay. Did everybody feel like you could point to one thing? Maybe you're like, there's these 5 things. There's 5 things that I need to improve. So based on the research, based on that 20 years, based on this fear of rejection and the know-how, we've really been able to see 3 main areas that people struggle with having these conversations. The first one is just meeting new people, right? Actually taking the step and having the conversation, keeping the conversation going, right? Sometimes that's a little bit of a challenge. The second one is handling objections, the pushback that people give us, right? It's like, oh gosh, objections. It's like I'm getting rejected. You don't feel very good about that. And then the last one is moving the sale forward and trying to close the sale and really going after what you want. So we're going to talk about some strategies to help you really be successful, to really thrive and not just survive in the business. It's a crash course, and there are a lot of acronyms that we're going to go over, but I find that the acronyms really help you to remember it later. So get ready. You're going to be drinking out of the fire hose a little bit, but I wanted to take some of the best parts of what I teach and what I train so you can have the tools so that you can be more successful. Now, when you're looking at these, what is the hardest? So, just raise your hand up or make some noise. Is it that meeting new people? Is it those conversations? Yep. See some hands there. I got a woo. That's good. Thank you. What about objections? Handling pushback. Some more woos. Yeah, I see that. Good hands. What about moving the sale forward, actually closing? Yeah. That's a tough one. That can be really scary. Let's start with actually talking to people. So when it comes to speaking with people, even the most chatty people have off days. How many of you feel like I'm great at conversations? Make some noise. Yeah? Okay. Good. And even sometimes the people that are really, really good at talking to others Sometimes you're having an off day and the well is just dry. You're not connecting, you're just not feeling it. And so we have 4 different buckets of areas that you're able to pull questions out of to make the conversation go. And so sometimes we think when we're having a conversation, there's so much pressure on us to be the one that entertains and engages and is telling the stories. But really, people like to talk about things that they like. They like to talk about themselves. So there's 4 buckets of areas that you could talk about, and you could just talk for days on these things. So the method is called DRAW, D-R-A-W, and you're drawing out the conversation. You've got to get your customer talking so you can get to know them and learn about them and what they want and what they need, and this is how you can start it. So the first one is D for dreams. What's a perfect day for you? What have you always aspired to do? And you want to start these questions with open-ended, like tell me about, walk me through, describe to me, right? That gets someone talking. Not just, was your day good? That's a dichotomous question. That's either yes or it's no. So you want to have those open questions. But you don't have to start with dreams. You can start with any of these in any order. They're just buckets that you could go to. Those are really great because you can see what someone really wants if you can get into those dreams questions. The next one is relationships. So think, did they go to the reunion? How was that reunion that they went to? So asking about those relationships that they have. And people love talking about these things. The next one is activities. So what are their hobbies? Are they reading certain books? Do they like cooking or movies or travel or sports? What are they really interested in? You can ask any of those. And then the last one is work. We usually talk about this quite a bit. How is that promotion going? How did the project go that they were working really hard on? What's happening with them when it comes to work? All right, so those are 4 different buckets. And now I want you to test it out. So turn to the person next to you, and I want you to ask them a question using the draw method. So let's take about a minute, and then you can ask that person one of the questions using the draw method. So something about their dreams, their relationships, their activities, or their work. So go ahead and turn to them, and feel free to answer. You don't have to just ask questions. Go ahead and answer that. Very good. How did that feel? How did it feel asking the question? For those of you who asked, did you feel good? Did you feel like, what questions? How many of you asked a question about dreams? Yeah? What about the relationships? Some of you? Activities? A lot of you there? Okay, what about work? Some of you? Okay, so like a really good mix here. How did it feel if you were answering the question? Feel good? Yeah, it feels good to talk about something that you're interested in. It feels good to talk about yourself. Add this tool to your tool set. And like I said, there's going to be a lot of acronyms. So this is your first one, acronym of DRAW, the DRAW method. And next we're talking about objections. And you're gonna get them. You're gonna get them. What I'm asking of you is to change your mindset. When you're getting an objection, I want you to lean into the pushback. Our natural tendency is to be very defensive. We get some pushback, I don't know about the price, or like, I don't know if this really works, and then we're defensive, and we're like, it absolutely works. There's research out there, and it's good, right? We get defensive, and that's not really how we want to do that, So think about if somebody is saying something in a meeting that you're in, and they didn't like your idea, oh, I don't think that's going to work. What do? Do you stop speaking up? Do you start to withdraw from the group? Do you maybe get up and leave? There's something else that you can do to handle objections. It's an acronym that's going to be able to help you to remember that. But remember, it's a complete shift of your mindset. But I'm telling you, if you can use this process, it really changes the course of the outcome of the conversation. So I'm going to give you an acronym, and then I'm going to tell you a little story about how it helped one of my students. So again, it's a mindset shift. Objections help us to understand our customers. And if they're not interested, then they might just yes us to death. Like, oh, yeah, no, it sounds good, but then they're never going to buy. But if they really care, then they start to ask questions. Well, I don't know, I'm not really sure if this is going to help me. I don't know if it's going to work, right? So you have to think about leaning into it and changing the mindset. Objections are a really positive thing. So the first step when you get that objection is to understand, not to be defensive, right? So when you get a pushback and someone's like, oh, I just don't know if it really works, they're questioning that, then you'd have to say something like, oh yeah, why is that? So you just want to understand them more, because usually the objection that they give you is not true. The objection is something underlying there. Okay, so the first step is to understand, to clarify. Oh yeah, what do you mean by that? Did you have an experience in the past where you got this information and it just didn't work out? So first you understand. When you get the pushback, instead of being defensive, you ask a question. Why do you say that? Or why is that? It's as simple as saying something like that. The next step, step number 2, is to validate. Let the person know that you're on their side, that they're not the only person that's ever thought that or felt that way. So you're showing empathy to them, that you're really on their side. The next step is evidence. Usually that's what we do first, is we say, no, that's incorrect. Here's the evidence to back us up. But now you're in opposition. How many times have you changed someone's mind yelling at them or being defensive? It doesn't really work like that. So first you understand what's really going on, you validate them, let them know they're not the only one that felt that way, and then you show evidence. The evidence is the data, it's the research, it's the statistics, it's the stories that you have of how the product has helped other people in the same way that you're claiming it can help. And then the last step is agreement. So you can't just stop at evidence. You've got to ask them if they agree that the product can do this, that they agree and they're no longer concerned about the objection. So if you're talking about something like, I don't know if the product really works, like you say, can it really give me more energy? Then you have to take them through the whole process, tell them the stories of the other people that are just like them, that it helped in the same way. And then you're going to say, can you see how this is going to give you some more energy too? All right? So you want to use this process. Now, I'll tell you, this is one of my old students. This is Jordan. Jordan actually called me when I arrived yesterday, and he let me know that he just got a trip to Cabo for next week, so he's not going to come to one of our events that we're having because he made President's Club. So Jordan, back in about 2016, he was on the job market. So he was out there interviewing. He was a student on my sales team. So he had been traveling around competing. And Jordan was really, really juiced up. See what I did there? Juiced up. He was so excited about this opportunity. He would come into my office over and over again. He showed me the company website like 100 times at least. It was so much. He went out and he got a really nice blue suit. He had it pressed. He got a leather pad folio so he could put his resumes in there and he could take some notes. So he wanted to look very professional. And this was a kind of a startup. It had been in business about 5 years at that point. So he goes up to Boston. He gets there. He has to pay $44 to park for 2 hours, I think it was. He gets into the manager's office, and the hiring manager stands up as soon as he walks in, and the hiring manager says, "Look, I just want to tell you, before you get your hopes up here, I'm not hiring anybody that's graduating out of college right now. I'm just not doing it." Right? And so now imagine, Jordan was so excited. He had been looking at the opportunity. I was excited for him. Imagine you're a 21-year-old and you're so excited and you go in and the first thing you get is an objection that's so deflating. He could have just melted and cried into the floor when he was in there. But instead, Jordan used the UVIA strategy. So when the hiring manager said, "I'm just not hiring anybody out of college, so I just wanted you to know that, and I'm taking this conversation as a favor to a friend, because maybe I can mentor you or I can just, give you some advice here." And Jordan said, "Oh yeah, why is that? Why aren't you hiring anybody out of college?" And the hiring manager went on to clarify, and he said, "Look, we had recently hired someone that was right out of college, and this person needed more training, and we really can't do that. We're a startup. We don't have anybody that can really hold their hand and walk them through." So then Jordan validated. And he was like, "Oh my gosh, I completely understand. You need somebody that has experience, that's going to hit the ground running. You're a startup, and you can't do that. You can't offer somebody an opportunity that's not prepared." And then the hiring manager's like, "Yeah, this kid gets it. We're on the same page." And the thing is you can't argue with somebody that's not arguing back with you. So they continue to have the conversation. So Jordan had understood, he validated, and now he started doing the evidence portion. So he started talking to the hiring manager, and he was saying, "Gosh, when I was traveling last year, I was competing nationally and internationally, and I'm ranked. I've had hundreds of sales conversations. I've had multiple sales internships." And the hiring manager's like, "Wow, I didn't even know you could study sales in college. This is fantastic." And then Jordan went on to get agreement. So he said, "Can you see that I'd hit the ground running? I have experience, and I can do a great job here." The hiring manager did agree, and the hiring manager hired Jordan, and within the first year, he was able to get 2 promotions there. So if you can use this strategy, imagine how it can really help you to keep your cool, and how that can help you to overcome that fear of rejection. Because objections are not really rejections. They're just little clues that the customers give you on what they need in order to do business with you. Does that make sense? You think you can find it? Yeah? Yeah, good. And I want you to think about what are 2 of your biggest objections that you get? What are 2 of those? And just talk to the person next to you. What are 2 big objections that you have that are tough? Great. It shouldn't be too hard. You're used to getting objections. They happen all the time. Now I know you're focused in, you're dialed in. We're going to do a focus finder, because I know you've had acronym after acronym. you're busy in here, your mind is all over the place, and so the research shows that you need to have little brain breaks. You need to mix things up so that way you're committing things to memory. So we're going to do a focus finder activity, and I need a partner. So I need Janet to come on upstage and show you exactly what we're going to do here. Hi, Janet.
Hello.
So we're going to do a focus finder. What you've got to do is you have to find one person to pair up with. So if you don't have someone next to you, then just go find somebody. Find somebody, find your one partner. It's a pair. There's two people in a pair. So find your person.
We call that find a buddy.
Find a buddy.
That's what we call it.
Find a buddy. Does everybody have a buddy? If you don't have a buddy, like stand up and find a buddy, because this is a focus activity. Okay, great. So what you're going to do, you're going to count to 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, as a pair. Okay? So this is what it looks like. 1, 2, 3.
1,
2,
3.
Perfect. And you're just going to keep doing that. All right, go ahead. Good job.
Thank you.
All right. How was that? Was it good? I know you know how to count to 3, but all of a sudden it's harder. It's harder to count to 3 together, right? You have to be on a team. You have to be focused. So now what I'm going to ask you to do is you are going to replace saying 1, and instead you're going to clap, okay? So it looks like this.
2,
3, 2,
3, 2,
3, 2. We did it! Give Janet a hand. All right, now it's your turn. Gets everyone laughing every time.
Just wait. It gets much harder.
They're laughing. They love it. That's great. Okay. I hear so much giggling in the audience. So if nothing else, at least you smiled a little bit today and you had fun. That's good. Oh, I see some of you doing the like rubbing your belly and patting your head. Nice. How was that? Was that hard? Yes. That was hard because you had to change your behavior. You're relying on a partner, counting to 3. It's a challenge. And so I was looking into the audience and I was focusing to see what you were doing. And a lot of you were leaned in. You were looking at each other because there's so many other people. There's so much noise in here. You were doing a really great job and you were focused and dialed in. Now imagine, think about how distracted we get with everything happening with people in our lives, messaging, social media, everything. We get distracted. Imagine if you can give this kind of focus into the conversations that you're having, how productive you could be. So we're going to actually take it up a level, and we're going to make it a little harder. So instead of saying 2, you're like, what? You can do it. You can totally do it. Instead of saying 2, you're going to snap. All right? So it looks like this. 3.
3.
Good job. Good job. All right, now your turn. Okay, nice job. Was that easier or was that harder? It was harder? Okay. You can do it. You're doing a great job. Like, imagine how amazing this is for your brain right now. Your brain is just, it's like your brain is doing push-ups right now. You're improving your mental fortitude right now. I do a lot of adaptability training. We do lots of little tricks like this to get you sharp, to stay sharp. All right, so the next one is going to be replacing the 3. So you're not going to say any numbers. Got a hair in my mouth. So you're not going to say any numbers. This is what it looks like, okay? Good job, Janet. All right, your turn. Very good, very good. Give yourselves and Janet a round of applause.
Thank you.
Thank you, Janet. Thank you. That was so good. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. And I saw some of you, you were like, I got this. Like, some of you are super competitive and you're like, we're going to stand up and we're going to do this better than anybody else. I loved it. I loved it. And I heard so much laughter. It's great. All right. So now your brain is like pumped up. You're ready. You can adapt. You're ready for anything. And now we're going to talk about moving the sale forward. Now, moving the sale forward is not just about getting them to sign the contract. It's moving the process forward. So think about, you have conversations with people, or maybe you have a brand on Facebook, or maybe on Instagram or something, and it's taking someone who's looking at your content to someone who might like your content, and then engage even more, and maybe they're going to comment on your content. And then that person might direct message with you, or you might call them on the phone, and then they're going to attend an event with you, and then maybe they're going to test out a product for a month, and then they might buy something else, right? And then they might even join your team. So think about it as moving this process forward, right? It's moving it in a direction. But you also have to remember that there's so much that you want to say, and then there's so much that your customers are interested in. So you've got to find that sweet spot in the middle of what's actually relevant. Okay? And one of the things that you want to do when you're trying to move the sale forward, it's all about adding value, right? What are you going to do to add value? It's not about selling your product. It's about solving a problem that they're having. You're finding a solution for them. And then you want to be different. So don't just continue to invite them to an event every single day, right? Mix it up a little bit. You can send them a video or, a recipe or something. It doesn't have to be completely related. And then also think about getting out of your comfort zone. And what I mean is, sometimes you have to ask several times before they're going to say yes. And ask in a different way. So don't just go out and, ask, like, you want to buy this? You want to buy the product? You want to buy the product? The research shows that it takes 18 touch points to get someone to convert to a customer. Sometimes it can be as little as 8, but it's usually somewhere between that 8 to 18 mark. Now, how many of you have given up after just the first try? That's common. We ask and they're like, oh, they're not interested. You just have to keep asking, because maybe the timing is right then, but it's going to be right a little bit later. So you have to keep asking, and ask in different ways. And remember to always add value. Now, remember that most people are tuned into the radio station WIIFM, right? So you have to, the what's in it for me, right? So you have to frame when you're asking somebody for something that you want in terms of what's in it for me, and then you ask for the next step. What is it? Is it the event that they're going to come to? Is it signing up? What is the appropriate next step? All right, and then we have another acronym for you. It should be really easy to remember. It is UDIA, and we just heard about UVIA, so this is going to be very simple for you to remember. You just have to change a letter. And what you have to remember is that people don't care about what you want. It's hard truth. They don't. They care about what they want. And they don't care that you want to try to sell a product or you're trying to build your business. Some people might. Like the people that really, really, really love you, they want to see you succeed. But you have to think about what you want in terms of delivering value and helping people to get what they want. Because sales is all about helping people. So think about how can you help somebody? How can you improve their lives? You have to understand what are the challenges that they're facing right now? What's keeping them up at night? What are some of the goals that they haven't been able to attain yet, right? And so you're starting to understand, but that's usually the surface. Feeling better. Well, everybody wants to feel better. They want to be more productive, but everybody's not buying all the products to help them do that. So you have to dig deep and you have to understand what's really driving them. What happens if they continue on this trajectory that they're on and they're not feeling good and they're not able to get that promotion at work? So you're painting a picture of the future and what that looks like. And then you can start asking questions about what the future looks like if they are able to have more energy and get that promotion at work. Maybe that promotion is going to lead them to having the money that they need in order to go to Hawaii with their family or, take a trip to Disney with their grandkids and spend more time with family. That's something that creates urgency. That's worth making a change for, because what you're competing with is not the other health products out there. You're competing with the status quo. 70% of meetings end up in no change because everyone sticks with the status quo. So you have to create urgency in order to change that. The next step is the evidence. So again, you're telling the stories, you're using the data to share how this has helped other people that are similar reach similar goals, those really meaningful goals. And then finally, you're going to get that agreement. Do you agree that this product is going to be able to help you feel better and be able to get that promotion, have the energy to do that, and have the energy to go out and be with your family at Disney and do more things together? All right? So think about how you can actually use this. Being able to sell and get what you want is really about helping people to get what they want. So you've got to frame it in that way. Next, we're going to just talk a little bit about social selling. So when you put your brand out there on social media, it helps you tap into this worldwide audience. It helps you to become a thought leader and to establish a sense of credibility. Because when people get to know you that are new customers and they don't necessarily know you yet, they're going to look you up online, and what they're going to find out is whatever social profiles you have out there. Unless they start to go out and they try to look you up on People Finder and find out all the places you've lived and if you have any weird backgrounds. But social media helps you to control the story that people know about you. And there's another acronym. I'm taking it from the book that we wrote, The Little Black Book of Social Media. And through that book, we were able to identify some of the areas that you need when you're focused on social media. Just at least focus on these things. I know it's another acronym. The acronyms, you'll help you remember them. But the goal of social media is really to get out there and have those one-on-one relationships. So it allows you to have the right conversation with the right person at the right time on the right channel every single time. That's what you really want to get to. So PAVE is going out and figuring out, what is your purpose? There's so many people that are using social media and they're like, I don't know. I know I need to be on social media, but I don't know I'm here. So you have to have some goals. What is it that you want to establish when you're out there? Are you creating a thought leader brand? Do you want to convert people from fans to actual customers? So think about what you want. The next one is looking for your audience. Remember, it's not just your friends and family. Go find those special interest groups that are out there with people that are like-minded, that care about their health and their well-being. The next one is value. What problems are you solving? Think about those problems. And then you have to engage. I see so many people that are making mistakes on social media. They go out and then they just post and they're like, I'm having this event, I'm doing this thing, I'm, having a promotion, you get 20% off. And they just post it and then they don't do anything else. So I want you to remember that relationships are not a one-way street. Relationships take time and you have to engage and have conversation with each other. It's so weird. People get so weird on social media and they don't treat it like it's real life. So just treat social like it's real life. If you saw someone on the street and they said hello to you and you just ignored them, how much longer do you think they would continue to say hi to you? They're not, because you're being a jerk. So don't do that on social media either. If people are taking the time to like and engage with the brand that you've created on social media, you should definitely say something back to them. So don't just do promos. Make sure that you're responding to people, engage with them, and also engage with them on their page as well. So summary of the tools that we talked about today. I know it was a lot. You have so many things that you can use later to help you. The first one is the shakedown. So when you're doing something to get out of your comfort zone, go ahead and do the shakedown. Maybe right before you have to get on stage in an event, or maybe in an event you can have the audience do it with you like I did, and it just shakes the nerves right out. The next one was the draw technique to draw out the conversation, the 4 different buckets that we talked about. Next, we talked about handling objections, so using the UVIA strategy there, making sure that we're understanding and validating first before we show the evidence. The next one was UDIA, to help you to go after what you want. And then finally, PAVE, thinking about that as a strategy for social media. So think about that, and I want to leave you with this. There's so many people right now that are leaving the workplace. They don't like their jobs. They don't like the work that they're doing. They don't like their bosses. You have a proven success model right here. So now is the time to build up your team and to share health. The wellness market grew last year over 10%. 4.5 million people just in November in the Great Resignation, they left their jobs. You have the tools to succeed. You have an entire team that's just backing you up. You have me also cheering you on. So you've got to own that journey and find your success in helping others find theirs and live better. So be bold and be Juice Plus. Thank you.
Oh my goodness, wasn't Stephanie amazing? Let's clap it up one more time. I loved how she ended her segment. Seize the opportunity. We are at the right place at the right time. And now it's my pleasure to close out the afternoon with our final speaker. And I'm just going to share a little bit about who this amazing woman is. I met her 5 years ago. And in fact, we both were on this main stage. She gave her National Marketing Director speech here 5 years ago in Anaheim. And for me, it was my first conference. And I was just blown away. I had just joined the company, and I walked through the doors of the convention center and saw thousands of people hugging and laughing and kissing each other. And I said, who are these weird people? Because it just wasn't what I was used to. And here I am 5 years later, and I can't stop the hugging and the kissing and eyeball to eyeball and elbow to elbow. It is who we are. And this amazing woman, I was able to meet her. She was one of the first national marketing directors. I sat in her home. I got to meet her team. She is one who leads with grace and grit. She is a leader, a mentor. She's passionate about what she does. She does it with heart. She loves on her team so well. She keeps her head down, focused on the business, focused on the people. And I am so honored to call her my friend. Please welcome to the stage Presidential Marketing Director Jennifer Saville.
Hello, are you guys ready to be finished? I am standing in your way. Okay. Well, Dwana's right. She sat in my living room, as did Janet Black. They had just started with our company. I was not yet a national marketing director, and I had been retired from corporate pharma for about 8 years at that point, staying at home with my babies. And I could not believe that corporate executives were sitting in my living room. No company that I had been with previously had ever done something like that for people that they work with, really, because we're all working with each other. So how did I get here? My talk is called Life Happens, Live It. And so I hope by the end, you'll feel that we had a conversation, even though I'm not going to let any of you talk. But so much of what we do, we don't have offices, most of us, that we go to, and so we're doing this as we live our life. And so why I'm here on stage is because I was just looking for help. I had 2 young boys, life felt hard, and everything that we were going through, doctors and people were telling me it was normal. And I was not okay with that because it didn't feel good. And if you're a parent or you have children in your life or you're just alive, life feels hard a lot of times. And so I wanted change, and my best friend from growing up shared Juice Plus with me, and we said yes eventually because it took me almost 1.5 years. Just, you need to be patient with those people. And it changed our life. It took me from feeling desperate often to thriving. Really, everything changed for us. I felt like we were sleeping better, we were breathing better, we weren't going to the doctors anymore. I was in a better mood, I had more energy. And so I was getting to live my life in the way that I thought we should be. I was on the playground, we were taking our kids to school, I was getting to talk to moms in the pickup line. It was so fun. I was having play dates. And so that's what's gotten me here. That's what Juice Plus, the product, did for my family. It totally changed our life. And I felt like I was able to live it for the first time in a long time. And so I'm going to do something I've never done before. And I actually don't even like all of you looking at me, so much less talking about myself. It's very uncomfortable. But I call this the highlight reel, because this is why some of you know my name. It's all the things, right? But the reason I have these things is because this changed my life. And so when I said yes, I was finding myself, all those circles, all those places I just told you guys about, I was happy, and my kids were playing. And yet I was hearing other mommies, parents, family members, friends share their needs and their desires and their frustrations, very similar to what I had been going through previously. And so I found myself asking them, I wonder if what I'm doing would help you too. And my team knows I give the silent, awkward pause. And that's what I just do regularly. Apparently it works. But that's why then, all of a sudden, I got sales coordinator in 3 months. My friend came back to me and she said, Jennifer, I know you don't want a business. I didn't think I needed something like this. I've worked since I was 13 years old. I just wanted to be a stay-at-home mom and actually enjoy it. My husband has an amazing job that gives us an incredible living. So I didn't need it. Or so I thought. So I said no, so I was sending everyone to her, everyone. I'm like, go, yes, let me tell you about it. No, let her tell you about it here. And so she came to me and she said, Jennifer, all these people trust you. They know you. Why not pay for your products? You'd be paying for all of your Juice Plus. Well, duh. Right? Isn't that what you guys do too? Like, if you're going to do something forever, then if it gets paid for, yes. So that's why I said yes. That's why I became a partner. I had no goals, no desires. I just kept hearing needs and paying it forward, just asking the question. And so that's what I was doing. I was just living my life in the circles, and I made sales coordinator in 3 months. But then the next month, and I'm so proud of our company for letting me talk money, I made $1,000 in my 4th month, and it's only ever gone up from there. I think it's really important for us to talk about that when we're looking at options to contribute to our families. And then I made senior sales coordinator in my first 9 months, In my first full year, I made QNMD. Just after my second year started, I made National Marketing Director. And then, good grief, all this stuff started happening that I didn't even know what it was, but I became a 24 club. And then I was invited to the Elton's dinner. I didn't see the word award in the invitation. So I was at this dinner with all my upline, and we were having so much fun, and I was wearing a way too tight dress. And my name got called for Rookie of the Year. Well, apparently 4 people get the Elton Award a year, every fall. And I've won 3 out of 4. Yeah, it's pretty awesome, and I didn't even know what it was. So, Elton Rookie of the Year. Then the next year 4, I was nominated for 12 Club of the Year. In that same year, I got my first $10,000 paycheck. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. 39 Club, and then Executive Marketing Director in year 5, start of year 5. That fall, I won the Elton for 24 Club of the Year. Year 5, I also made 50 Club with my team, and then was promoted to Presidential Marketing Director. And in year 6, we made 75 Club. So, like I said, this is the highlight reel. And my hope with this next slide, and I know virtually it's going to seem a little busy, but it's kind of the point because my talk is called Life Happens, Live It, right? And so I wanted to show you that behind every accolade, behind every award, and I love that our company gives us measurable things, but I wasn't going for any of this stuff. I had just been brought back to life. So, I want to talk about this because my hope for you guys is to walk out today wondering, what if me too? What if I can also live in the tension of the and instead of considering life being an either or? Does that make sense? This experience, this opportunity has helped me to know that I have choices. Choices. Do you know you have choices? I didn't. I thought I was in this thing, I was in the dark, and life was hard, and that was just it. This has opened me up to realize that I can continue to serve my purpose, help people, and even though life continued to have extreme highs and extreme lows, I just experienced it differently. So I wonder if you too. So when I made sales coordinator, the first 9 months, it was amazing. I was high on life, just so, so wonderful. And then things started to get real. So my only goal when I made that $1,000 paycheck was to be able to send my baby, my oldest child, who was in kindergarten at the time, to a different school. I wanted to have that choice. And so when I got that paycheck, I was like, oh, what if? Because I don't know about y'all, and whether you're married or not, I feel like you'll resonate with this. My husband and I were not aligning in how to spend our money on education at the time. I had a burning desire for our baby to go to a different school, to have a different experience. He didn't think it was necessary yet. But he was all on board when I said, well, what if I can do it? Right? So this has helped us be able to align and say yes at the same time. Whereas many of you may know and experience, you have to say no to something you want in order to say yes to something else. That's where we were finding ourselves. So my baby was able to start the choice of school. Then we moved our family. We actually moved my aunt in, so we moved into a different house to allow more space. When I became a national marketing, let me back up. We started the school of choice. It was amazing. We moved our family. And then the year I became a qualifying national marketing director, my husband, he lost his twin sister. He's the youngest of 5, and he lost his twin sister. And it was sudden. And there's really not any other words to really describe what that feels like. But then my aunt moved in, so we had a serious loss and moved in an elderly family member. Then my husband got a new job when I became a national marketing director because I then had the benefits. So he got the courage to walk to go to a different experience, something that would challenge him, but it was a startup and they didn't offer benefits. So he had the courage because I was now carrying the benefits. Isn't that amazing that our company offers that? And then we were doing marriage counseling. Because I don't know about you guys, but I don't know what can prepare you to marriage through grief. And then the fall I made Rookie of the Year, one of my husband's very best friends died of a stroke. He was 40 years old. But then we got to pay cash for Disney. Extreme lows, extreme highs. Life doesn't stop. My husband was traveling all the time, 2 to 4 days a week. We moved again because living with 3 generations under one roof is not always easy. So we found a house that might make that better. And then with my $10,000 first paycheck, we got to start funding a school. And I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about that in a little bit. And then I became caregiver to my aunt often. She's had many surgeries, many illnesses and injuries. She's financially dependent on us. She has a lot of physical and emotional needs, and we love her. She's such a gift to us. But I get to say yes to having that time with her because of what we get to do. Let's not forget, I should say, what happens outside of our 4 walls, right? There's been social distress. There's been isolation with COVID. And even in that, I made 50 Club Presidential Marketing Director in the midst of COVID. And before that, my best friend that shared Juice Plus with me, that I've known since I was 11 years old, we lived life together, or we had, overlapped in every single way. She decided to leave our business, and it was very public. And I, all of a sudden, had a lot of attention on me that I never would have asked for and didn't want. The fall that I got 39 Club of the Year, I was having a really hard time getting out of bed. And then 75 Club last year, my husband was promoted, and now he works from home. But my paycheck is helping us pay for a huge renovation and addition so that he and I can work in peace together. So, there's this side, and there's this side. Do any of you all resonate with the highs and the lows, the life that we live through? The hard doesn't stop being hard. It's just helped me navigate through it differently because of what we have. Think about all the things that we have in this. We're all getting healthier just sitting here. But we've also, most of you in the room have said yes to being a partner at some point. So you get to impact as many people as you choose to, and your paycheck reflects that. You get to choose who you partner with. You get to choose when you do this and where. And again, all the while, we're getting healthier. Have you all sat in each of those and really thought about your experience? So what's happened since I chose to keep showing up? We have one of the most successful global businesses in our company. We have helped thousands of mommies, thousands of parents, thousands of children. We've brought mommies home who wanted to come home. We've helped parents step back from 80-hour a week jobs to 40-hour a week jobs. We're healthier. We're experiencing things differently. And we're in real, authentic relationships with each other because of this community. So think about what you're saying yes to, because I promise you, you're not going to know the impact you're having. You're just not fully. But when I look at these faces, this is in St. Louis, and this is just some of us. It's like herding cats trying to get a group picture. My team knows. I do not I'm like, please, can you take a picture of me? I don't even try. But I tried, and this is a really cute picture, and it's not even all of us. But I looked at all these women when I was preparing for this talk, and I can name something about each one of them that is different. And it doesn't mean their life is butterflies and rainbows, but they have a community that supports them. The nutrition matters. And they know that they have an opportunity that can give them financial freedom and flexibility, schedule flexibility. It's incredible. So we're saying yes more. My team's saying yes more. It could be to little things. Think about it. Are you right now trying to figure out gym classes or sports, or whether or not you're going to be able to pay for something for yourself? Those are real things. Well, my family, I don't know how many of you want to swim with a pig. That was obviously my first choice. Don't even ask, oh my word. But we're saying yes more. We're living the what if life. So that's why I'm here. When corporate asked if I would speak, I said, if you let me talk about what I want to talk about. Because yes, I have something to say. But what if? That's where my journey started. I just wanted our health to look different. But then when I started experiencing that life and the paycheck was coming in, I said, what if? What if? So what are your what ifs? What are your what ifs? So I am going to talk about 3 things that helped me be able to keep showing up. Help me experience an impact. It's incredible when you show up to love others, help others, do good for good, what happens to how you experience everything in your life. It really does. The money is just an amazing icing on the cake. So we're going to talk about why to, because the why to is what gives us the want to and the what to. We're going to try to reframe the no. We've heard that a little bit today already. And then steer your own ship. So what the heck does that mean? Okay, these are my babies. This is the first pumpkin patch trip that we made after starting to eat Juice Plus. We were not exhausted. We were able to breathe without allergy medications. We all were going to the bathroom really easily. So nice. We actually had fun on this trip. It was so fun. So my why to, it changed over time. So think about why you first said yes. I'm going to give you some questions to think about in a few minutes. Actually, the next slide. But my why to, I just wanted these boys to have a normal childhood instead of being miserable and on multiple medications a day and in and out of the doctor's office or quarantined at home. So what is important to you? So these are our 3 newest qualifying national marketing directors last conference. So these are the questions I ask all the time. I ask myself all the time, still, because things change. What do you want? Have you all asked yourself that lately? What do I want? Did you guys know you're not human doers, but you're human beers? My husband would call when he was traveling and be like, hey, babe, what's up? And I'd be like, I cleaned the toilet today. I went to the mailbox. He goes, no, not what you did. How are you? So how are you functioning every day? Are you checking off a list and that's where your worth is coming from? Have you asked yourself what you want lately and why you want it? What matters to you? What burns your heart? What makes it want to burn out of your chest when you think about it? My first one was getting my baby to that school. What do you want? And if you don't know why you want it, if you don't have a burning desire, if you're not connected, if you're not feeling something about it, please keep asking yourself why. We stop asking ourselves why at some point in our lives. I think it's because our parents told us to stop asking why. So if you walk out of here today and do nothing else, stop telling your kids to stop asking why. It's an important question. Your life is important. You matter. What do you want? And then when do you want it? You must set a timeline. I could be embarrassed if I wanted to, but I remember my first conference in Sacramento, I think. I was sitting next to my 100 Club National Marketing Director, Wendy Vance, and she was like, how, if you know Wendy, you know her voice. I won't try to emulate it. It's amazing. But she was asking us all what we wanted, what was our next goal by next conference, and she got to me, and I was like, I'm going to be a national marketing director. And that was 6 months away, and I was a sales coordinator, which some of you have done it, but I did not. But when you set a goal, your brain starts to get working on it. Starts trying to figure out how to do it. And what Wendy also told me is if you don't make it by your date, you're that much closer. So you have to set a timeline. And then what are you willing to do to get there? I heard early on, my very first boot camp, it was Peachtree Boot Camp, if you're willing to do for 2 to 5 years what most people won't, you'll have what most people can't. So going back to the first question, what do you want? What is it worth to you? How are you spending your time? Because a lot of us do a lot, but where is it getting you? Okay, we're going to reframe the no here a little bit. We give no way too much power. We've got to get over it. And why do we expect people to say yes the first time? Do you, in the investments you make, say yes the first time? Take Juice Plus out of it. Major investments in your life, things that matter to you, things that are important to you. Have you said yes the first time? Some of you, probably have. So just in that, and so what if someone tells you no? So what? You're that much closer to a yes. I'd encourage you to make it a game and say, okay, I'm that much closer. And what if we could actually use the no to get to the next best yes? So this is Jen Stifler right after her National Marketing Director speech. She will be speaking as part of the close tomorrow. It's her husband and her sister and me. And if I had waited until Jen Stifler told me yes, I actually don't know I wouldn't be up here. Because when I was a new National Marketing Director 5 years ago, she had just joined my team. She was a new QSC. When I think about that, and I think about, golly, if I was sitting in the no's that I was getting, how many lives would not have been impacted? I'm so grateful that instead of her no's over and over and over again for 2 years, that instead I decided to get another yes from her. And so I pursued her. I wanted her in my life anyway. So think about the who in your life matters. I invited her on play dates, dinners out with our husbands, walks. Reframe the no. Yes comes after a series of exposures over time that you choose to invite. You choose. People say yes to you when they know that you care and they know that they can trust you. Maybe you just haven't even asked the right question yet. We heard very clearly today that you just have to ask a simple question and be direct. So think about it. Do you know the needs and desires of people? The person that you're talking to. If you don't, then why are you talking to them about 30 fruits and vegetables? And getting back to the you choosing, have you 100% committed to you yet? People can feel that. People say yes to people that they have confidence in. I don't get in a car with someone if they don't know where they're going. I hesitated following my friend Jessica today to lunch because she was holding her phone and she was like, I think it's like this. I was like, oh gosh, we need a second. Um, she got us there. But are you 100% committed to you? Are you showing up for you? Do you know what you want? People are going to follow and say yes to people that know where they're going. You chose to be a partner. Do you own that? Own it. People want what we have. They want flexibility, they want more money, they want more choices, they want better health, they want better friends, better relationships. Okay, and lastly, steer your own ship. I've learned to not let my circumstances rule me. So again, life keeps happening. We all have our stuff, right? In fact, look at the person to your right and say, I've got stuff. I've got stuff. We all have stuff. Okay, stop talking. Steer your own ship. Do you know why you're here? You know, there's certain people that influence us in our lives, there's certain things that influence us in our lives, and, you know, if I didn't know why I was doing this, I could not be here too. I've had two very influential people in my life in the last 20 years, and that is my husband and my best friend. And if I didn't know what this had done for me and changed my life, this has changed my life, I would have easily been able to say yes to her too. You have to know why you're doing something so you are not swayed by things or people or circumstances. Okay, so some questions to help you. I want to help you. What was life like before Juice Plus? I want you to sit in it, feel it. You have to know how you feel about it. What was life like before Juice Plus? What's life like now? The experience. How do you feel about what you have now because of this? And what are you hopeful for your future? Do you think about your future? What are you hopeful for? What do you want? Okay, I'm going to try to give you some, just kind of tie up two main things. And when I said you can't know how you're impacting people's lives. I can't know what my yes, just to help my family be healthier, I can't know the total impact of it. I never will. So these are my boys on the first day of school this past fall, in their cute little uniforms. And my first $1,000 paycheck gave me the courage to wonder what if we could have a choice in their education. Have an education where their minds are cared for, but also their hearts and their souls. Because our kids are away from us mostly than when they're awake and with us, once they're school age. Well, that was my $1,000 paycheck, what if? And then my $10,000 paycheck, what if, was, well, what if we can provide opportunities for other mommies to have choices too? Because I don't care where you live, what your life experiences is, what your education is, but if you have a child in your life, you care about what's happening to them when they're not with you. And I wanted other mommies to be able to send their kids to a safe place that their minds, their hearts, and their souls were being cared well for. And so my husband and I got to help fund a school, start a school that now has pre-K through second. They'll start third in the fall, of 12 to 15 kids in each class, that those mommies got to choose another option. Those kids have no idea what Juice Plus is. Some of them do. Some of them are actually eating Juice Plus. But think about that, guys. Your yes matters. Showing up in your life matters. My husband, this is a really nice bottle of wine that was sent to him after one of his promotions. And remember, I told you when I became a national marketing director, we got benefits. And so we got the courage to switch career paths, go with a startup in the biotech industry. Well, it's been amazing for him and for our family. And because he took that job, when his best friend passed away, he left behind a wife and 3 kids. And I didn't know quite what to make of this when we got to be with our friend. He was in a coma, and his wife in his hospital room. I had no idea what my husband meant when he said, "I'm going to take care of your family." But he's been able to hire my friend, his wife, in an amazing job from home so that she could help her children in her transition to what life looked like without a husband and a dad, to get the counseling they needed, to be present when conversations need to happen. Yeah. So I get out of bed when I don't want to, when life feels really hard. And that's why when someone tells me I'm too busy or life's too hard or this thing's happening, it doesn't mean I don't have compassion. I have all the compassion. But I also know there's more than one choice. It's living in the and. And you don't have to. If you walk out today and you do nothing, if I haven't moved you at all, I'm sorry. If you do nothing, that's okay. I always celebrate contentedness because there's not enough of that in our lives. But if you do nothing, great. But what if you do something? What if? So ask yourself, what do I want? What is right and best for me and my family? Because I've never had to deprioritize my husband or my children through my journey here. Never, ever. What do I hope and want to say yes to? It could be the littlest of things or the biggest of things. What's important to you? And then what if this could be the path that leads me to it? What if? Thank you for listening to me today. I'm not done yet! I mean, I am. It's my last slide. But what if your yes changes everything, you guys? What if you decide that even though you feel like life is falling apart over here, you're making impact here? Both can exist at the same time. But I'm telling you what, you're not going to show up if you don't know why you're doing it. Own it. Own your life. You matter. And what you say yes to matters. Thank you so much.
Oh my goodness. Yvonne, audience, you at home, wasn't that a great way to end the afternoon?
Holy guacamole.
What if? Really think about as you leave out, what if? We've had amazing speakers. We've been in the house. We've loved everything that's been going on. Continue to blow up social. #JP Live. Yvonne, what's happening tomorrow?
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. That was unbelievable. Was that not unbelievable? Oh. So tomorrow, for those of us here that are in Anaheim, that's where we are this time. Anaheim, we have a coffee bar on the square tomorrow. It's free from 7 to 9 a.m. So make sure come get a coffee and then come on in. For those of you at home, we start tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. Be there, be square, be sharp. Now, please remember this event is open to the public tomorrow. Please share the link with your family, your friends, your prospects, anybody that you care about, anyone that you would like to see exactly what we're a little bit about. And we're going to hear some great stuff tomorrow, so you don't want to miss that. So let's make this the biggest online event ever.
And Yvonne, I just want to say the link to customers and friends will be going out within the next 20 minutes. So look for that email.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's been wonderful. Thank you, Duana. We've had a great afternoon.
Thank you, Ivana. I enjoyed being with you.
Enjoy your evening. See you tomorrow. Good night.
Bye, everybody.
Okay, everyone, tomorrow the session is only from 12 to 3. There's no evening session tomorrow, so we'll see you hopefully back here at 12 tomorrow. So I'll have the line open at 11:30, and then we can join anytime after 11:30. Okay, so 12 to 3 tomorrow. Have a good night.